I can see it now. I just went live on my other channel, on the same channel, so I'm gonna end this live. If you want to hop on, I can send you a link. Um, can you see the other? Can you see the other live? I don't know if I'm live twice. I probably should be live twice, but the second one should have your name on it. Okay, here you go. Okay, so let me send you a link. Okay, here I go. How exciting. Okay, so I'm gonna send you a chat. I don't know if it's gonna send you this in the. Oh my God, they're going crazy with the fireworks over here. Tell me if you can see that. Can you see that link? Oh my God, they like going like extremely crazy. Let me put us up here. Hold on. Wait a minute. Let me get us in the lights. Hold on, let me get my stool. Yes. Not quite. You can come get it in a second. Give me a few minutes. Okay, you got more than me. Could you see the link, Tonesha? Oh, let's get this. Let's see what's going on over here. I wish I had like a brighter light right in front of me. Oh, there you go. Hold on. I see you. Let me add you to the stream. Oh my God, did it work? Hello, can you hear me? Oh, there you go. Hold on. I see you. Let me add you to the stream.
Hold on. Can you hear me?
Oh, I can hear you. Oh my God, it worked.
Okay, hold on. I'm trying to do it on my laptop instead.
Okay.
Hold on.
Oh, I'm so excited. Oh my God, you got me super excited.
I'm trying to do it on my laptop instead.
Okay. Oh, I'm so excited. Oh my God, you got me super excited.
Oh my God.
You got this time. You're gonna have to come. You're gonna probably have to mute me.
Okay. Hold on. Oh, I'm so sorry.
No, you okay? This is, oh my God, you don't know how excited I'm gonna be. I'm super excited right now. I could just do a cartwheel if I wouldn't hurt myself.
Oh my God. I can't see myself on this though.
You got to turn your camera on.
Okay, I'm about to go to
if you want to. You don't have to, but I mean, you can. Like, I promise
I
they
want
will.
to turn it on. What kind of interview was that? You
Turn
got
your
to
camera
see
on. Oh my
me.
God, I'm so excited. You guys, look. Oh my God, I'm super excited right now.
Oh.
I am.
I have to do it from my the Chrome on my laptop. So just
Yeah, I'm on Chrome. I'm definitely on Chrome.
Okay, hold on 1 second.
Oh my God, and I almost didn't come on. I was like all outside, mesmerized by the fireworks and everything. I was like, we got one more day to do this 30-day challenge. Just hop on, and here you go. Oh my God, and I almost didn't come on. I was like,
okay, all right, let me do it from here.
So mute me in the background.
I'm about to mute you. Okay, I muted you on my laptop. Now I'm about to do the whole click on the link and everything.
Okay. You should
I hear
be
all the fireworks in your background. You could probably hear me in mine too.
They going crazy. They been fine. My dog is in my sunroom. He does not like this at all. Like he is not feeling this at all. And they started about an hour ago. And I'm like, damn, y'all, can y'all just wait until the new year? Like it ain't even New Year's yet. Hold on, wait a minute. Somebody else trying to come in here. Hold
me.
on.
I meant to do I don't know why I typed in. Hold up, let me do something
Huh, say it again. I'm finna have to hold on. Let me see if I can get my headphones. Hold on.
Okay.
Look, I got chickens and everything. My chicken's going crazy. Oh my goodness. I feel so bad for them right now.
Oh my God, you got chickens?
I have chickens. I got 8 chickens. 8 whole chickens. Let me see if this works. Let me see if this headset works. Let's see what we can do here. I wonder if that works. Can you hear me? Oh God. Hold on. Let's see. Settings. Hold on. Let me try to change my audio. Hold on. I can't hear anything. Hold on. Give me just a second. Okay. Tonesha, can you hear? Oh, I see you. Oh my God.
You see me? Okay. There I go.
I see you. I see you. Oh my God. Hi. Okay, can you hear me though? Or not really?
So do I need there I go. Okay, I need to mute you on here.
Okay, wait a minute. Okay, let me take it off. Can you see me?
I can see you.
Can you hear me though?
I can hear you too, yeah.
Okay, I can hear you too. Okay, good. Okay, good. Okay, I don't need this. Oh my God, hi, how are you? It's nice to finally meet you.
Same.
Look, you were like, so, like everybody be telling me like how I inspired them, but they have no clue that I started watching your videos and I was like, oh hell yeah, if she out there, I'm going. I'm out of here.
Are you serious?
Yes, girl. I was like, I'm so out of here. Like, oh hell no, I'm not gonna do this staff shit. I am gonna go get this surgical tag, travel and pay with my baby. I'll figure out the baby part later. Like, I was like, hell, you was in Hawaii at the time.
Mm-hmm.
You was in Hawaii. This was probably like 4 or 5 years ago.
That is so crazy. That makes me so happy when I hear people say stuff like that because, like, literally when I started making my YouTube videos, I did it because I didn't see nobody else like telling surgical techs that they could do it. I'm
right, and then like look like us on top of that.
Exactly. And you know what's crazy? The girl who got inspired me to travel was another black young lady that I met back home, and she was like, "You're young, you don't have kids, like you need to do it." And it was just like I ran into her just randomly. We ran into each other one day and never saw her again. It was like she was my little angel, and
just out of and that's funny how that happened. Like you just get like a little dash over here, like okay, let me see if you bite on this. If you don't bite on it, you don't get the rest of it. But no, look, I promise you, I never forget. Remember, I was like, she in Hawaii. I didn't necessarily want to go to Hawaii, but the idea that I could go to Hawaii was planning in my head, and I was like, I'm gonna go wherever I want to go, whether it's in my city, whether it's outside of the city. I'm just gonna do this. And you're right, it's nobody online right now that, or even back then, because I saw your videos. It had to be probably 2011, 2010, around that era, maybe. Because I remember I had my son in 2009, so maybe I saw you maybe a little bit like 2012, 2013. I was like, okay, if I can see her and she looked like me, you know, like I could relate to you more than I could relate to like a traveling nurse or, you know, a nurse in general. I'm like, okay, she's a surgical tech. Let me go out here and just try it and see what it do. And it took me a minute to like actually get the courage to like step out and be like, okay, I have enough experience to actually go traveling. And I did, and I was like, I should have been did this. Like this should have been, I
Right.
should have been hopped on this boat.
And it's crazy when you do it. People always have this build up, like, oh, I need to make sure I know how to do X, Y, and Z. But when you get out there, you realize like surgery, and people just want to show you how they do things, and you just, fake it till you make it sometimes.
Right, and you build on it too. Like you're gonna learn something at one place, and then when you go to another place, you're gonna learn something completely different. Or they, even with the name of instruments, I'll never forget thinking like I didn't learn it called that. Like that's a hemostat, not a peon. Like sometimes they actually change the whole name of the instrument, and you're thinking it's one thing and it's something completely different at another facility, and you're like, okay, well, I'm gonna just go with the flow, because the ultimate idea is that they do the same thing, but it's just called something different at this particular facility. Hey, DC, what's going on? So okay, I got one of my he's a new surgical. Well, he's not new. DC been a surgical tech for a couple years now. I think like at least 2 or 3 years now. So he just started traveling. Hey, Miss Purdy, I got my people in the chat over here. I see you guys over here.
What's up,
y'all? Let me talk. What's going on, you guys? Happy New Year, y'all. Oh my God, you guys. Do you see this? I got a whole surgical tech. So when you guys be like, Kiafa, you inspired me, she inspired me, you guys. She was like the first surgical tech, traveling surgical tech that I saw any YouTube videos on YouTube. It was her. What's up, Zayef? What's going on, you guys? Good evening. Hold on, what he say? Okay, certain texts at like you, if you don't do it the way they do it, then you're wrong. Yeah, when you're new though, the thing is you're gonna kind of have to take on some of the teachings, we'll call it, of the preceptor, the person that's teaching you. But once you get like more established, I would say, what you think, Tonesha? Once you get more established, then you take on your own role and you kind of do things the way that you feel you're more comfortable with. What you think about that?
I think that's true. I can think back to when I first started out in my career, like everybody would try to show you their own different ways, and it's literally no wrong way to do it. Like, you know what I'm saying? My whole job as a surgical tech is to maintain sterility. Everything else is just free game, in my opinion. So when I'm precepting people, now that I've been doing this for X amount of years, it's like I let people do their own thing, but like, what I teach you may not be what another tech may, and I'm not the best, you know what I'm saying? Our job is just to take care of the patient. So like, I don't go around nitpicking what people do. Just do your job. And as long as you know when you break sterility or like sterile technique, or you can call out when something's, probably going to be sabotaging the patient, that's what's important. So
and definitely calling out sterile technique, because that's the thing. Like that's more of a like, because you can mess up and not even have to tell nobody, but it's your conscience that is gonna come into play when you got a patient in mind, right? Like if you sit here, if your whole objective is patient care and to make sure that the doctor is able to deliver the best care for this patient as possible, then when you break sterility, then you really failing in your job, and it's on you to like hold yourself accountable, because sometimes you might be the only one that know that you broke sterility. Nobody else may have seen you touch the top of the light, the light, like if not the light handle, but if you touch the top of the light, nobody else don't know that, but you know that. So if you say, okay, let me go ahead and get somebody, can you nurse come take my glove off, or whatever you want to say to them to let them know that you broke it, you have to stand within that. So we got people in the chat, girl. Okay, hold on, wait a minute. Let me get it
here. Oh, I see. Okay.
So wait a minute, hold on. Let me see who in here. So we got Jayev, good join up. Yes, you guys. Oh my God, I got Tonesha in the building. Okay, here we go. Let's see what this will say. I'm glad that both of you beautiful ladies made videos about traveling surgical tech, because I am going to school for surgical tech. Plus, this is encouraging to me. Well, thank you, Alexis. I guess, but for me, I know for sure my goal is to be inspiring and to give you guys some of the information that wasn't available to us when we was like looking. Cause I know,
Mm-hmm.
like, it was kind of like a secret, almost like a secret society to get into the traveling world.
You were so, I'm telling you, telling the truth all the way. Like, it was so hard for me to find information. I'm like, even if what I'm saying I can't articulate it, I'm gonna just let folks know what I done experienced, and y'all take
Right, that's all you can do. That's why I say what I have gone through. I can't tell you what you're gonna go through, but what I have experienced, this is what it is. Not to tell you that this might happen to you, and not to sway your information, like to not to persuade you either way, your opinion either way, but at the same time giving you the information that I have from my experience. And that's
right.
the best thing that we can, either one of us can do. Looking like, hold on, what DC say? So DC is on my I love him. He is amazing. He said Kiapa looking like a goddess. I ran, honey. I probably won't ever go to. I ain't going back to school. I promise. I ain't going back. Like,
No joke.
if I can avoid it, I ain't going. I'm not a school person. Like, I barely. Let me tell you guys, I'm all entrepreneur. I'm all in entrepreneur at this point. Now, if I can avoid, going to nursing school, I will. I have no intentions on going to nursing school at this point, but I do know that, like, because you're in nursing school right now, right, Tonesha?
Mm-hmm.
Right. So, but I applaud, because for me, I'm not with it. Like, honey, I ain't got time for them patients. I like my patients to go to sleep, but you'll end up being an OR nurse,
Most
right?
people do. I think I will end up doing RNFA, but like,
Okay.
I'll be like, all right now, like, I'm used to my patients not talking to them. Come in and go to bed now. But so it's a little bit, it's a little challenging, especially because I haven't been in school. Cameron.
Oh, honey, I like my fur baby in the room with my son. Like, they babysitting each other right now.
I probably should, but oh my God, she probably was
You good. We good. It's all good. Like, they know I have Rocket, and normally he be running around, but because my son back, he in there playing the video game with my son right now. But you good with your baby, your fur baby, honey. We got chickens and rabbits and turtles and everything here.
That is what I want. We really need to get some chickens. Like, that's on our list of things to
Oh, girl, get some chickens. Get some chickens. Let me tell you, get buff Orpingtons. I like their temperament. With animals, you have to base it off their temperament.
Mm-hmm.
So I've had several different, I guess, what is it? Not species, what is it? Breeds of chickens, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so what I found is I like buff Orpingtons. They're more pet friendly. They're more like you can approach them. They're also good for egg laying, and they're good for meat. If you want to eat either one, if you want to grow them for meat birds, you can grow them for meat birds. They'll be good in about 90 days. And as far as the egg laying, it's going to take them about 10 months to give you some eggs. But the thing about this, if once they give you eggs, though, I feel like the chickens are more valuable as egg layers, because you're going to continue to get eggs. If you kill them and eat them, then the egg laying is over. You're going to eat the chicken. It's going to be great, but that's going to be a one-time, deal.
You have to repurchase.
Right, exactly. And so I pay, and you can order them online. I got them from the tractorsupply.com, I think is what it was.
Okay.
And they were like $2, maybe $3 a bird, a chicken.
Really?
And they come in like a little small box. They come in like a really small little, because they come really small. They come as like hatchlings. They're like a day or two old. And so you do have to kind of baby them. If you decide to ever want to go back and watch my videos, like I had four of them died, or three of them died like over the course. And so I ordered 10, I have 6 left. And they're pretty cool. And then I have 2 bigger ones that are, I want to say Americanas, and they're a lot more aggressive. They're way more aggressive. So let's see here. We have a question. Okay, hold on. Let's see what we got going on in the chat. So here go DC again. Southern classic in Louisiana. We don't eat Popeyes. What you eat in DC? Do you eat Publix? Do y'all have Publix where you at, Tonesha, or no? Where are you again? Oh, you
Huh?
in Orlando. Look, you in Orlando. So yeah, you got Publix, you got Popeyes. Okay, so Publix or Popeyes? Which one?
Publix.
Oh, good
Yeah, I don't
job.
talk to
Good
myself that. Like, I didn't
job.
even, you know what? I didn't even try the chicken sandwich. So y'all may have to revoke my black card.
At Publix or at Popeyes?
Popeye sandwich, I did
I
not.
haven't tried the Publix. I mean the Popeyes chicken sandwich. I still haven't tried, so they can take
Okay,
my black card too, because I went. I was like, absolutely not. I'm not gonna engage in this like
come
this
on.
story with this. I'll go get my chicken sandwich from KFC for $5. Like I'm good over here
Oh
or
my
at
God.
Publix.
We
Yeah, no,
hear
we're not
you.
going to. I'm not messing with, but I do like Popeyes, but I go to Publix. Like I go to Publix. I go to Publix.
I
So
love Publix. I just went there today. That's my favorite
yes.
store.
A lot of
Absolutely.
people don't know about Publix. If y'all not from the South, y'all not gonna know about Publix. I'm sorry. Sorry, not sorry.
Get on it.
Let's see. Right. Come down south. So we got Maria in the chat. Let's see. Can you be an RNFA and associate degree surgical tech? You got to be an RN first, and to be an RNFA, you're gonna have a bachelor's degree, and that means you're gonna also have, if I'm not mistaken, Tonesha, you can correct me, you're gonna have to be an OR nurse as well, like certified in the OR as well as a what is the OR? It's the OR.
CNOR nurse. But
Right. Before
you
you
don't
can
have to
even
have
sit
a
for the
bachelor's
ORFA, right?
degree. You can have you can be an ADN nurse. Her question said with an associate's degree in surgical tech. So you can't, as a surgical tech with an associate's, you can be an FA, like just a normal FA, which I'm sure you
Right.
know that because they're still with the National Board of Surgical Techs and Surgical Assistants. But to be an RNFA, you need a RN, like you can have an ADN or a BSN, it doesn't matter. And you have to obviously get your clinical hours within the OR. So you would most likely end up with your CNOR. It's not required. In the state of Florida, I don't believe it's required. Now, that was a couple years ago when I researched that. That was like 2018 when I researched it. But as long as you have your RN, you can get your clinical hours within like whatever hospital you're working with, and you can sit for your RNFA certification. So that's
So
really all you need.
okay, so there you go, Maria. Right. So and like what she was saying, as a regular first assistant, you can get that through just being a surgical. Well, as of right now, you have to go back to school to be a first assistant after being a surgical tech. But you can be an RNFA by actually being an R. You have to first be an RN. So having an associate's degree in surgical tech doesn't really qualify you for the RNFA path, but you can, as a
Mhm.
surgical tech, be a first assistant and not an RNFA. So the
Right.
RNFA is registered nurse, so you would have to first complete the registered nurse portion of it, but you can just be a first assistant. And I think right now, the programs that I can think of off the top of my head is Meridian and ACE. And here in Florida, we have Gulf Coast State College that
Mhm.
offers first assistant the program, the certification. And but to be enrolled in that program, you have to be a surgical tech, a certified surgical tech first.
Certified.
So
Mhm.
that's how that kind of goes. And it most of the time with First Coast with Gulf Coast State College, it's actually a community college, so you can use financial aid to go to that community college. However, if
Mhm.
you do Meridian and ACE, I think that's out of pocket. And so those are private sectors, so you'll pay for those yourself. And so if you need first assistant or excuse me, financial aid, you should look into more like a community college. I also know that there's a college in excuse me, West Virginia that offers a master's degree in surgical assisting. I
Oh,
don't have the
really?
exact, yeah, a whole master's degree. Now I don't know if they actually like how you would obtain it, because I didn't go, like I don't know, I haven't met anybody that has went through the program, but I did look online. I saw that they had a whole like video and everything on it. And so I'm not really sure if this is a master's degree that is built on another master's degree. Like if you already have, you know, how some of those programs that you build on what you already have, it could be one of those.
Mhm.
But for the most part, what I would do is either be a surgical tech first to even decide if this is something that you want, if a first assistant is something that's on your mind, because you first need to realize if this is something that you want to do, because you might not even want to be a first assistant. Like that might not even be something. It sounds good in theory, you know what I'm saying? It's cool on paper, but once you actually get into the OR, you might not want to be in the OR like that, you know what I'm saying? And so maybe, you know, being a surgical tech at first it'll give you the exposure that you need to find out if this is something that you want to actually do. So let's just see what else we got. Say that again. I'm sorry.
I said it's definitely a stepping stone for a lot of people. I know of a lot of people, surgeons, anesthesiologists, assistants, PAs, a lot of them start with surgical tech to get their foot in the door and see if the OR is something that they can see themselves being a part of. And then from there, they just continue their education, whichever route that they choose. So it's definitely a good stepping stone for those who are not sure if the OR is for them. So
what you think about, okay, so I'm going to ask you, because this was brought to my attention recently. They have a online program, right, where you can pay about $2,400 for this program, and you have to go get your own externship, right? And with this externship, so what I saw, the school, I want to say is Dignity College. I can't exactly remember the website, but I want to say if you look up online surgical tech programs right now, that we would see like Dignity College or something like that, right? And we're saying that you can pay $2,400 and you find your own externship program. So I went and I looked for surgical tech externship programs, and just from the couple that I found on Google, I found about 3 different externship listings for surgical techs. Right now, do you think that paying $2,400, and what you would do, you would get it through NCCT. It wouldn't be through NBSTSA. It would be through the NCCT pathway. So apparently NCCT allows you to learn this information, the surgical tech information online. And once you complete it online, then you should be qualified to go into the OR as an extern, like for your externship, right? So do you think that it's $2,500 for you to get certified through the NCCT pathway with this program is a good way to become a surgical tech? Or do you think, because for me, what I said was to go through if it's not accredited through a national accreditation. So for me, I feel like CAAHEP, which is the one that certifies the school, not so much the actual the school we're talking about. So the CAAHEP is for like community colleges and for your private sectors. Those are the ones that that certify the actual school itself as an accredited school, right? So would you say go through that route versus going through an easier pathway?
I think honestly, it really depends on a lot of the programs that people come up with is because people are already working in the facility doing those job duties, but don't have the proper education to back up, you know, as far as like for administration or human resources to say this is a surgical tech, they went through this X amount of training. A lot of times when you have your patient care assistants or like your surgical assistants, the people who have like position the patients and turn over the rooms and stuff, they have a job in the OR. And sometimes if the OR is short staffed in the hospitals, they'll ask those surgical assistants like to come help drape the patient or something like that. So they're getting the experience that way, but technically they're not a surgical tech. So I think if you're already in the operating room and you already kind of been grandfathered into the surgical tech position because you've been a surgical assistant for X amount of years and you know the basic knowledge, all you need to do is have somebody teach you how to do it. So I think it can be beneficial for those who are already in the field to just go ahead and get their certification. But if you're just some kid like me, I was fresh out of high school when I went to surgical tech school. I've been a surgical tech since I was 19.
Right.
I couldn't have just hopped in, you know, who I'm gonna call. Like, you know, externships is more about who you know. And I didn't know anybody in the operating room to be like, hey, can I come shadow you for X amount of cases and hours? Because who, I mean, I don't know anybody. So it just
Right,
depends.
it's nobody to ask.
And if you can get your foot in the door, I think situations like that are more so for people who already, have they're already in the environment and are basically doing the job, but not really doing the job on paper. So it depends on the situation for the people. And any way that you can cut your tuition costs, and if you know how to reach out to people and network, then do what you
Do
feel is
that.
best. And if you found a better option, then yeah, go for it. But I know
Yeah,
a lot
that's
of surgical assistants who, either the hospital pay for them to go back to school, even as first assist, like they'll encourage them to do first assist and they'll pay for it, and they just give them the clinical hours and times that they need to work around their schedule. And that's just kind of like pushing their education. So that's more so for if like a hospital is utilizing you with this, not giving you the
because
proper.
if you do like a hospital, if the hospital pays for it, they normally want you to actually work for them for a couple of years
Yeah, like.
after you actually get the education, right?
Mm-hmm.
Which is not bad because that's guaranteed income if you really want to look at it a certain type of way. Like you can weigh
Yeah.
the option. That's guaranteed income when some of those people may or may not come out of school and not have that opportunity to actually have a solid income or a actual foundation, because they might have to go out and look for their job. Some people may have
Right.
to. So let's see here. I think I missed a whole bunch of oh my God, it's so many people in the text. Just say I didn't like the sandwich. I don't know what that means. I didn't like.
Oh, we were talking about the Popeye sandwich.
Oh, okay. Look, girl, let me tell you. Hey, low key, I be forgetting what we be talking about because it's a delay on the screen sometimes. So they have to kind of help me keep up sometimes. My subscribers already know, like, I be not knowing what's going on sometimes. So let's see. It's here, let's see if this one's showing up. I think my comment got lost somewhere up there, but I'm still waiting for you to check. Okay, I'll check your DMs. I'll check my DMs, Bree. I'm sorry, but I promise you, I got so many messages, you guys. I'm so sorry. I apologize. I really need some help with it, honestly. Tonesha, tell us about. Okay, that's a good one. Okay, DC, I see you coming through with the question. All right, so tell us about your favorite foreign body removal. You obviously we keeping patient information confidential, so don't y'all be trying to run back because you know how some of y'all agents out here are. I already know because I had people in my look. I'm gonna say I don't work for nobody now. Y'all can tell whoever y'all want to, whatever y'all want to, but they be acting crazy on here. But no,
Question though.
so we gonna keep it easy though, right?
Right. I'll just keep it simple. I'm normally like I'm a trauma girl. I was initially trained in level 1 traumas. So I've seen a lot of gunshot wounds. I've seen a lot of stabbings. I think I wouldn't say I have a favorite because, nothing's really fun when it comes to the OR. But I think the most exciting foreign body removal would probably be like when doing plastics and they have some people when they mess up their implants or get like the wrong.
You good.
Yeah, like the implants and reconstructions are a lot of fun because like when you have the illegal butt injections and stuff like that, and it comes with like
you on.
Mm-hmm. So those are a lot of fun.
Okay. That is fun. So, okay, first of all, let me just back up because I got really excited right then. So, first of all, because my group know, please tell me what's your zodiac sign.
I'm a Capricorn. My birthday is next Friday.
Happy birthday! It's Capricorn season, you guys. Okay, gang. Look, I'm not a Capricorn. I'm a Leo, but check me out.
Oh, okay.
I've kicked it with 2 Capricorn guys, and I love both of them so much. Oh my God, they so much about their money, honey. Like as a Leo female, I'm all about my money. Like I'm so money like driven, and not even money driven, but just like I won't say money, but just wealth in general. Not so much money, but the Capricorn men that I've met, they're very much like that's some good shit I love. So I haven't met too many Capricorn women. I know one other Capricorn woman, and I love her energy to death. So to back up a little bit though, what we was just talking. Okay, so this foreign body. Breast implants, you guys. So I did plastics for a while too, right? And that's where I actually got my so I did my first assist qualifications and I specialized in plastics, right? And so I took the first and sixth exam twice already, and I got into March to May to pass it. So we gonna claim it, right?
Yes.
And so the thing is though, I'll never forget. Cause I'm in the itty bitty city committee. I ain't gonna even lie, right? So I remember thinking back in the day that I used to want like breast implants before I worked in plastics. And when I actually started working in plastics, I realized that I wouldn't never get a breast reduction. It's nothing wrong. I mean, not a breast reduction, excuse me. I wouldn't never get breast implants or breast. I wouldn't do it for myself because I've seen too many people come in because their body rejects the actual implant, right? And so when you said it, I didn't even think about plastic surgery as a foreign body. I didn't think that.
Mm-hmm.
What I thought about literally was an actual foreign body, like a nail in the, like something that we actually, like, I didn't even consider plastic surgery as a foreign body, but you're so right.
So yeah, I see DC's comment, and he said, "Oh, she lying. I need you to come with the truth." He was.
Hold on, wait a minute. What she talking about? Wait a minute. Come with the truth about what? Hold on, wait a minute. I'm coming for him. Wait a minute. Hold on, DC. What we talking about?
I think I know what DC is getting at because I work with some surgeons who remove foreign bodies from like sexual parts, but I wouldn't consider those my favorite.
Oh, okay? That's what DC. That's what you want us to talk about. We're not finna talk about that, like random. Look, because I'm slow a little bit. So look, he probably did. And DC is Sagittarius, so he probably is talking about some random like. But look, so what I'm gonna tell you, the funniest thing, not even the funniest, the weirdest foreign body, or not even weirdest, but it's something that I didn't consider a form. Like I didn't consider it until it happened. I guess I'll say it like that. So we had a soccer player come in, and he had an abscess on his foot, right? And so I never really thought about the tennis shoe. He stepped on something, and the actual tissue from the shoe was still in his, like it pushed it all the way up into his foot. So, excuse me, we had to go deeper into his foot, and we found a piece of shoe, a tennis shoe, like it was still like a small piece of tennis shoe. And like it had went all the way up to his foot where he had stepped on it. And so they had thought they cleaned it out when they, initially cleaned the wound and everything. But later he still ended up with this abscess, and it just got worse and everything over I guess a couple of months or whatever. And so he came back to the OR. And it was it was full of pus. So we finally get all the pus, and you can, like, it was a little piece. It wasn't even nothing like major. It was a small piece of tissue from, I mean, not tissue, what is it? Cloth. It was like from the shoe though. Like it was a piece of cloth from the shoe. And I was like, oh my God. He would have gone his whole life and not known, had his foot not actually swole up. He would have never not known this was actually a thing.
Wow. Yeah, that's really scary. Like when you think about, I did a spine case a couple years ago, and one of the girls who was precepting me, I don't know, she was telling me her story, how she was like, they grind up the bones, like from the patient, and they're mixing some of the some of the implant bones too that they put in the patient. But some of from the grinder, like the grinder had like a plastic piece in it, and it was grinding up with the bone. And
right. So pieces of the plastic of the actual grinder was getting into the bone.
So we mixed in the autograft and like all of that stuff with that plastic and put it in the patient, and like they had a huge infection, and it was just like the incision just started, how the incision starts to open back up.
Right. And it's like nothing they do is gonna actually heal this wound, because they thinking that everything we did was good, but not realizing the actual tools that you use are preventing this patient from healing. But yeah, plastic. But I guess you really don't know about the instrument not being. So like if we using a plastic grinder for in that instant, we won't know that that's the issue for a couple of years. Right. Like until they do a couple of cases and then realize like, oh, we can't use this actual instrument because it's creating, we can't, the wounds aren't healing and it's creating like infection. And so that's the issue. We can't do that. But no, yeah, that's a really good one. So I guess DC one, he like, yeah, that's what he wanted. He's talking about he wanted the nitty gritty. So I don't know if I missed anybody, but
Mariah asks a question. Mariah Sanchez asks, what is the ADN?
where did I miss her up there at the top?
Right before DC's comment about the nitty gritty and stuff.
Okay, let me see. Okay, so let me see. So you can answer it. I'll just find it and highlight it real quick. I'm just trying to scroll through and see.
Okay, Maria, I don't know if you're still here, but ADN is just an associate's degree in nursing. That's really all it stands for. You have your BSN, which is a bachelor's in science and nursing. So that's really an associate's in nursing. You can get a 2-year, well, you can get a 1-year, your LPN, or you can get a 2-year, which is your associate's degree in nursing, and then your 4-year. That's all it means. And then your MSN, and up and up from there.
So did you ever even think about, so I know I consider going to nursing school, and especially with my background being military. So what they allow me to do right now is to take the LPN, like I can do LPN to RN route if I wanted to. So did you ever consider doing entrepreneurship versus RN? Like how, so because right now we like showing two different spectrums of the graph right now. So you're showing the, I guess, more traditional route, how
Right.
surgical techs would proceed in their career traditionally. And I considered it. I'm definitely on board with the idea, but because I actually knew of a different route, just because I'm a cosmetologist as well. So I was doing surgical tech and hair at the same time. So when you hit, like, I was doing, look, I had started working PR. I had like 4 PRN jobs at different surgery centers and hospitals in the city. And I would do hair Thursday or like Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So on Monday, I'm not at nobody's surgery center because I'm relaxing because I don't work the whole weekend. So when I saw your video and you was like, I'm going to nursing school, I was like, so we on the same path, kind of, when you look at the career part of it, but you went like nursing, and I was like, fuck this, I'm going, like, I'm out, like, y'all can have it, like, I'm out of here.
So I also have my aesthetics license, which I got.
Oh, okay, I feel you.
The reason why I decided to go back to school for nursing, because living in the state of Florida, I can't, like, what I really want to do further down the line is like injections and things like that, and you can't do that. Like, I still want to do procedural stuff, which is why the RNFA is like perfect, because you get to do like surgeries and assist, and you can also see patients with the surgeon outside of like the operating room setting. But I know that, especially if I stay in the state of Florida, it's only so much that I can practice, and you can still work on your own. Like, entrepreneurship is just like, as long as you can make those connections and networking, like, you can market yourself in that way and charge the patients through their insurance and everything. So
that's too. You speaking on something like that's really. I had kind of been looking at it for 2020, maybe 2022, like, just to kind of see how that plays out as far as marketing yourself privately as a surgical tech, surgical first assistant, or RNF. Well, RNFAs have it a little bit easier because you can actually bill the insurance or bill the patient, so to speak, right? Versus having to work hourly or per case. So as a first assistant here, like, let's just say if I took a job as an employee at one of the local, they have a local first assist, they have a local like staffing agency that does first assistant here in Jacksonville, and it's first assistant and as a surgical tech, and first assistant as a nursing and PA is, I think, on this in this company as well. But they pay per case, right, versus per hour, which is still better depending on the case, right? If you're doing knee scopes all day, yeah, we good. But if we're doing something like hysterectomies, I need to get paid, a little bit more than that. It might take a little bit longer. So that might be different. But when I was looking at it, I was trying to figure out, if you're a basic surgical tech, could you really market your skills as an entrepreneur. And the truth is, you could. It just is a little bit harder because you got to
Right.
actually your credentials through these like you can't just go into a hospital and say I want to work with this doctor. You actually have to have your what is it? Not credentials. But yeah, your credentials, like you have to have certain credentials, but I'm thinking of I can't even think of the name of it right now. Like I'm having a complete brain fart. But you can't just go in and work. You have to actually get wherever the doctor's working at or the surgeon that you want to work with.
Parents,
Huh?
parents, like parents, you mean?
What is it? It's I'm trying to think of. I think it's credentials, but it's where you can actually work. So you can't just go like when I wanted to work. If let's just say if it's a doctor that I want to work with, and he can't, and I can't work with him unless I'm clear. But it's something else that I can't even like really think of the name of right now. The name that I'm trying to come up with, but it'll come to me later on. So, but what I want to know is though, I guess, do you think is easier or not easier? What made you want to go down this route as far as being a nurse versus like actually like completely focusing in? Because I say I consider going down the nursing route, and then what I realized for myself though was that because I was already in the business, like in the entrepreneur world, that it made it easier for me to be more express. Like I could express myself more as a person, as an entrepreneur, than I could as a surgical tech, right? So
Right.
I guess my question to you is, what made your decision to be a nurse outweigh your entrepreneurship? Like outweigh you go on the entrepreneurship journey.
So I think that they kind of go both hand in hand. Like me personally, I really do feel like I'm not really an entrepreneur per se, but I'm definitely more like a individualized kind of person. Like I even though I live in Orlando, like I do contracts all up and through Orlando. And that to me is not entrepreneurship, you know what I'm saying? But it's more so like I make my own schedule. I set the pay rates that I want. I know how to negotiate that kind of stuff without the responsibility of making sure like, hey, calling a hospital or a private practice every day to make sure I get my hours for the week or getting enough money. So it just depends on, to me, it was just like it's easy just to go the agency route and just like pick and choose what I wanted to do, even if it was just like picking up a day a week, going to Deltona or something like that. That's just how I look at my career as being as free as possible. You know what I'm saying? But the reason I chose to do nursing was because like I kind of felt like I hit the ceiling with what I could do as a surgical tech. Like as a surgical tech, literally you pass instruments legally. That's all you can do. I cannot suture and close a patient, though some plastic surgeons has trained me on it. Technically, we can't. So, like, in order for me to do more, can make more money, can advance in my education. When you're a nurse, the sky's the limit. You can literally go back to school online, do whatever it is that you're trying to do, be a nurse practitioner, CRNA school. Like, you have so many other ways you can move up versus us. Like, you kind of just, if you're not private practice, if you're not private practicing, you're not agency, or you're not, entrepreneurs doing the entrepreneurial route, it's like it's really it's a kind of a cap to the things you can charge for, to your marketing and the things you can your skill set. So it kind of just reached a point like I had done everything, like literally orthopedics, neurovascular,
there was nothing else that you could do.
pediatric, like I've done it all. And literally, I still
Right.
feel like, okay, now what's next? You know what I'm saying? So
Right. And I would totally agree with you. Like I completely agree that there is definitely because it is an entry level position. So I completely agree with you as far as it being a cap, and you can't only do so much. And either you're gonna decide to go back to school, or you're gonna like what I did. Instead of going back to school, I decided to leverage my knowledge. I was like, okay, well, because I was already a cosmetologist and I was playing with marketing my natural services as a cosmetologist, my surgical tech career funded that. Like it was not so much like I wanted to be Well, I enjoyed being a surgical tech, so let me not like throw shade because I really did enjoy it. And after
Yeah.
about 5 or 6 years, I kind of got comfortable in the career. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So it's like, okay, now what? Like what you say, what's next? After
Right.
5 or 6 years, it's like, what do we do now? And so for me, what I ended up doing next was going ahead and saying, okay, well, I'm gonna do cosmetology full time, not even full time, but I completely stopped scrubbing for like a year to complete my cosmetology course because I did like you can do like part time and then you can do full time, but how mine end up working out, like once you do full time, once you do part time for so long, you have to actually hurry up and then you have to pay more if you don't finish up within a certain amount of time. And so I was like, okay, well, I'm gonna go full time. So that meant that I was gonna have to stop scrubbing to go full time into cosmetology. Right.
Right.
And so that's what I did. And so what I realized was that not so because I had grew up doing hair, I already knew how to do braids and everything. And so, but what the problem was I wanted to, I thought doing hair was gonna be my out, but it wasn't necessarily an out. It was just a way for me to, I guess explore my business
Creative
if it
side.
right a little bit more, right. And
Right.
surgical tech so much didn't allow me to do that because it's only
Mhm.
so much that you can do as a surgical tech, right?
Right.
And so that's what I ended up doing. And then when I came to this point, we'll say about a year ago, I came to the point where I was like, okay, well, what do you do? Do you go to nursing? Like what is next? Like what you say, what do we do next? Do we go to nursing school? Do we go be a PA? Because here in Florida, we can go to Miami-Dade College and get a bachelor's degree and as a PA and actually work as a like you can actually sit for the PA board. And I looked at that because Miami-Dade College is a community college in Miami, obviously, and because we're in Florida, you get that residential rate, and it's probably
Mhm.
one of the lowest PA programs that are out right now as far as if you're looking for a PA program. And so I
Right.
decided that hey, I don't really want to look at staying in business. I mean, in medicine. I don't want to be in medicine. Like I love medicine. I enjoy it. But at this point, is not only surgical tech, but I've been doing medicine since I was in the military. So I'm kind of like it's let me leverage this knowledge at this point instead of trying to like go back to school for another. For me, I don't want to go back to school. I'm just like I'm so over it. Like I'm just done with it. And so what I decided
It's
to
so
do was
dope.
actually yeah, girl, I'm so done with school. Like, and then I homeschool my son, so I'm still in here. Like, we still writing essays and stuff. It's like situation with this school, but I decided I was going to go ahead and completely focus on my entrepreneurship because I actually enjoyed the cosmetology part of it as far as marketing and just it felt more like um a puzzle, I guess. How like in OR we do problem solving, but when I was looking at marketing, it was a different type of problem solving because my end goal ended up being like more income faster on my terms, I guess is a
Yeah.
better way to put it. It was like I could do it how I wanted to do it. I didn't have to conform and like to because in the OR, you know how sometimes it's politics, like we politicking a little bit, and
Mhm.
I don't always fall into that like role, and not that I
Right.
couldn't because we can,
You have no
but
interest.
I was like I don't want to.
Right. They have no interest in it. It doesn't, for the most part, I feel it don't concern me. So I feel you on that 100%.
Yeah,
I
that
do
part, like
think of being in healthcare where we see how COVID-19 has kind of like changed the world, pretty much. Like you don't know exactly, like my sister owns her own business back home, and like her business was hit pretty hard with COVID because like when everything shuts down, if you're a mom and pop shop, like you
you
really
got hit
you know
hard.
at the mercy of either the government bailing you out or hoping that your community pull together and help support you. But I feel it's good to like good for people to have their foot in the door with healthcare, but you don't have to stay there. Like that's how I feel.
Right.
Like use it
But
to
you're
get
right.
you where
It's
you want to
definitely
go.
a good stepping stone. It's definitely because, like,
Mhm.
I'll tell people, I have no, like, even though I'm doing my own thing now, I went to surgical tech school in 2006. So, like, like, I can be okay with being over it. Not even over it. Like, I don't like to feel like, I just feel like I'm like with you. Like, I don't want to go to nursing school, but I do want to still give back to my surgical tech community and share with you guys, like, okay, some of the things that I didn't learn as a surgical tech was how to manage my income, right? I don't ever remember going into a hospital and having a HR person explain to me the difference between a life insurance policy and a 401k. Like, I don't ever remember having those type of conversations. And
No.
so what I do know about is surgical tech is we get paid more than the average person get paid. I know I was making more money than my friends. Like, I don't care what, no, like, they can pretend if they want to, but I know I was making more money than them because the type of moves that we was making different moves and we was doing different things. So I can afford to live in my house and buy chickens and do have a whole garden and do that type of shit. And sit, like, honestly, I could afford to do that and work 36 hours a week sometimes. Like, that was some shit that I could do, you know. And I did, like, at the beginning, I used to feel like I was like everybody else until I realized that I wasn't like everybody else as far as my income was concerned, right? And so then I was like, well, shoot, if I can live this type of lifestyle. So what I learned how to do was live off less than what I was making. And because I can live off less, now I can spend more money on growing businesses and doing business ventures that I want to do. So but if I wanted to go to nursing school, I could afford to pay for nursing school. It's just we just took different routes. That's the only difference that it ended up being. But yeah, I never forget. I'll never forget just thinking about some of my friends and some of the things that they were doing. And the month they'll be like, I made $10 an hour, and in my head I'm like, well, shit, I just $2, $23 an hour, part PRN, and I told them how long I was gonna work. You know what I'm saying? Because when you PRN, you get to be like, okay, I got 4 hours. That's all you get, and like that's it. And so that I appreciated that, honestly. Like, I really did, because it did give me the freedom. And so I'll never speak bad on surgical tech, because it gave me a lot of freedom financially. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day. And so
Exactly. So that's what helped me get through nursing school was working for DM. I'm sorry. Got
go
some
ahead.
my honey's in here drilling something, so I'm gonna come over
Oh, you're
here.
okay. I hope y'all still. I hope they can't still hear. It's not that many people in here with us. They probably like all turned up right now because it's the New Year's. But
Oh
I ain't
yeah.
turning up. I'm letting everybody turn up by themselves. I'ma
Yeah,
just be in here like.
I'm over it at this point. I feel like I'm too damn old. Like them children.
So I'm like, look, it's a time. It comes to a time in your life where, like, okay, New Year's, like, I'd rather be at home doing me, enjoying my life, than to be out worried about what's going on. And
Right.
not and trying, like, if I'm out right now, honestly, like, I'm trying to figure out, is these gunshots or are these fireworks? Like, that's what I'm trying to figure out. Like, what's
Yeah.
really going on?
And the way things are set up, you just never know. So just
You
be
really
safe.
don't know.
Just be
You really
safe.
don't know. Yeah, so your hair's super cute. You're natural though, right?
Yeah, I'm natural, but honey, you ain't got a lot of me. I tried to do my hair edges and stuff when you was like,
Cute,
get on.
it's
I'm like,
cute.
trying to rush and get myself together. I had commented on your lives though. I saw you were going live. Like you've been going live a lot recently, and I'm subscribed to you.
But it's fine. So you know how everybody been doing Vlogmas, and I was just like, I did Vlogtober, and I just didn't. I was just like, let me see how to explain it. Like, I just didn't feel it. It just felt so YouTube-ish. Like, it just felt
Yeah.
so, like, and I was like, okay, when I went live the first time, I think I went live in like November for the first time. And that's when I saw like the engagement and how like the energy was just like, it was a vibe. And so I was like, okay, so
Yeah.
what I'm gonna do for vlog instead of doing Vlogmas, where I'm sitting here just like shit. Because I'm not really into the Christmas spirit. Like I'm on some other shit. Like I'm damn near in Africa at this point. So for me to do Christmas, like it was kind of hard for me this year to actually be in the Christmas vibe. And so not even hard, but it just wasn't sitting well with me. And so I just was like, to give my viewers what I guess they're watching, because this is what they're watching on my channel. So if this is what y'all watching, then let me just share this with you guys. So I just like, and I think around Thanksgiving, I told them I was gonna go live for 30 days. We're gonna just straight talk about, surgical tech stuff. And so that's what happened. And over the course of these last couple of months, or the last couple of weeks, I've been playing with different softwares. So it's funny that you came on today, because I finally, like a couple of days, maybe like a week or so ago, I got it to work. Because I haven't used that type of software, and so I was just like messing it up, and like it just wasn't working. And so when you came, I was like, finally, I get to use it with somebody.
Yes, girl. I hopped on soon as I was like, "What's she talking about tonight?" The last one, the 2020. I ain't doing nothing.
I ain't talking about absolutely nothing. Just on here wrapping up my 30 days, because I said I was gonna go do 30 days, and then so for January, I guess I'm still gonna go live. I won't go live probably like every single day, but I'll still be going live. But yeah, this is me full time. So are you on contract right now?
Yes, my contract comes to an end at the end of January, basically, and I'll go home for a few weeks. My sister's, she's Navy, so she's going to be going out.
Okay, go Navy.
Yeah, she's bringing my niece home to my mom, and she's going to be staying with my mom for a few months. So I'm just going to go home for a minute and just hang out with them before she goes out. So.
And home is where? Is home Virginia?
No, South Carolina.
South Carolina. I don't know why I wanted to say you was in Virginia. Was you in Virginia? Maybe that was somebody else I was watching.
No,
that was
I
in Virginia.
New York, Hawaii, in here. But I
know you was in Hawaii, because when I see you in Hawaii, I was like, honey, I promise. I remember thinking, like, if she can do it, I'm finna try to do this as well. Like, I had, like, you didn't have a kid, and I think you said that in one of your videos, like, that you was single or you was out there by yourself. But because I had a kid, I was just like, that's not even finna stop me. Like, I'm just gonna do this. I'm definitely gonna go out here and do it.
I mean, so many people traveling with kids, like, that, or just they husbands or whatever, like they just bring their husbands with them and
with them, right? And that's, I be telling people, I was like, look, I would even go as far as, and that they know that I'm a little bit extreme with my lifestyle, so I'll get a fucking RV. Like, I don't have, like, I'm not above that. Like, but some people, they don't want to live that kind of lifestyle, like they, because there's some bougie people in the world, and it's no shade, like no shade. If that's too much for you, then that's too much for you. But for me, what I know is that if I get out here and I stay in my RV, I'm gonna save more money to do what I want to do. Like, I might not want to spend.
And you know how it's clean, you know what's in it, like it's yours. We definitely.
And you can park at the hospitals. What you think about, like, I be thinking, like, when you think about hospitals, do you think, and I know this is a little bit crazy, but would you park your RV? Would you park your RV at the hospital?
No.
You wouldn't park your RV at the
crazy ass people walking up in there. Hell no.
I was thinking in my head, I would park my RV at the hospital. I would park it.
And like on the site of the hospital, you would park it there?
I would park, because think about how many cops and stuff be at the hospital. And you got to have a hospital sticker. You got to have a staff sticker, right? So they're not going to tow you.
Okay. I mean, you got a point, but you just got to think that RVs are easy to break into. That little
maybe not like a big RV, but like a van. Like if it's those RV that look like a regular van.
Yeah, I've seen people convert those. If you can make that work, then I say, yeah, take it. It's your car technically too. So
right. Because I wouldn't do like a full blown like the big RV, like Yeah, no, not those. Like I would, because even for me, like right now, so a couple months ago, I got in a car. Somebody hit me, girl, on the interstate. This was like a long time. This was like in July. At this point, it's been a long time, and so I still haven't bought a car yet. And so I was looking at buying a van, like a camper van, not like a camper RV van. So the camper van that I'm looking at, like I'm thinking of in my head right now, it has everything in it that I would possibly need if I wanted to go on
Mhm.
a trip. But it's small enough to still fit in a regular drive, like a regular parking spot. Not
Oh,
not those huge ones, not like a big old, like
mhm.
not those ones that you would do. What was that movie back in the 80s? Damn, with what's his name? Oh my god, I had this guy with the Winnebago in my head. I can't even think of the name of it right now. But the guy with the Winnebago, is it John Candy? It's not John Candy, is it? Oh my god, I
I
can't even
know which
think of it.
ones you talk- It's not like the pop up ones, but it's like the ones that's like when
It's
you
like a
park, you
van.
can
It's literally like a
experience.
real. Oh snap! Hi Paris. So Paris is a new. He's an actual surgical tech in New York.
Oh, hey.
He has
Well,
a channel, so you have to go check him out. He probably like he looked like he the only one in here with us right now. It's 10 o'clock, so I knew people was gonna be actually. I was
yeah.
surprised that as many people was gonna be on earlier as it was because I knew it was. Hey Jay, okay, you guys, I see you. What's up, Paris? Paris, you at work? Jay, how was your day today? So yeah, Paris is he got you if you YouTube surgical tech I guess surgical tech right now in general on YouTube, then you probably have run up across Paris Creations. He's one of the newer surgical techs that are posting on YouTube about his journey. So I think that is extremely dope. He's really cool. He's
Oh,
a
I
lead.
found them.
Huh?
I said, hold on. I said I found them. Why is it echoing?
Oh, it's not echoing on my side.
Okay.
I had a good day today, Jay. I did, honestly. Oh, so y'all know it's New Year's, right? And I got like a whole New Year's like superstition. So I've been cleaning up like for the last couple of days. You know, you can't go in the New Year with like dirty like a house and stuff.
Oh,
You can't have no dirty clothes. You can't have no dirty dishes. You can't have nothing dirty in the house. So I've been working on that all
nothing.
day.
I just subscribed to you, Paris Creations.
Oh snap,
Congratulations
Paris,
on
you
your
got me subscribing.
channel.
There you go. So Paris say ain't nothing at work chilling. No surgery today. That's a bummer. That's a boring day at work, but it's a good day because I mean, you got paid to do nothing, right?
Right. I wouldn't complain.
Ain't no love. Ain't no complaints over here. You got paid to do nothing. I done had plenty of those days. I'll go to SPD. I'm cool. I'll go sit in here and wait for the autoclave to come out. It was wonderful. And I had a good day today, Jay, honestly. It was probably like I want to say it was like 75, 80 degrees here in Florida in Jacksonville today. Probably I don't know if it was 80 degrees, but it was damn near close to 80 degrees. How
Mhm.
hot was it where you were,
It was
Tonesha?
78 in Orlando. That's what my car
Yeah,
said. Mm.
yeah. So I knew it was pretty warm because I had on sweatpants and a sweatshirt earlier, and I had to change. So I knew it was actually like over 75 because normally
Yeah.
I have to change when I'm like if it's 75 or hot, I have to change clothes, and so I did today.
Yeah, the weather here is crazy.
Oh, Paris said he watched your videos also. Okay, gang,
What?
gang.
What?
See, I told you. I mean, if I watch your videos, I know they watching your videos because
Yeah,
I was like,
all over and people when I tell them like my name and stuff, they're like, I think I seen you on YouTube.
on YouTube.
Like, oh my God, yes,
When you said it, I was like, wait a minute. Look, when you said it to me, I was like, okay, you done had a whole glass of wine, so is you tripping or not? Like, what's going on? I was a whole glass of wine already in, so I wasn't sure if if it was you, like, I had to catch up. My brain had to catch up, like, for real. It had to catch up. She
Oh,
says you're a tech that became a nurse, if I am mistaken. Yep.
I'm in nursing school right now for my bachelor's. So, yeah.
Yep.
Hey, there's no joke.
Right. No, yeah. This was up.
Yeah.
This what we at. This is exciting because I would have never even like, I promise I would have never imagined you coming on tonight.
Girl,
And
I've
then just
never
like
been
working.
live on YouTube like with somebody. This is my first. So I'm bringing in the
This
new year.
good out. This good.
Exactly. Trying something new. I ain't mad at it.
This good. Yeah, no, because definitely, like, for me, especially being like in the Black community, and not because it ain't all about color, but it still is a little bit sometimes, like, to just
Yeah.
be in our, like, to be able to like vibe with each other and to be like, because we go through the same things, whether we want to like talk about it out loud or not. We go through the same struggles, especially being women, not just being Black, but being Black women. Like, it's something that you're gonna deal with that's gonna be different than other people in the OR or just in the hospital in general, I guess. Because to me, it's a lot more politics, and I say that because I guess I feel like it's the way that you got to behave, and if you don't behave a certain way sometimes, then you don't get, you're not a part of the in crowd, you're not a part of the clique and the crew. So
Right.
we have to play a role sometimes, and it's nice to just be around other people that understand it.
Yeah, me being from South Carolina, obviously, like I definitely first out of high school, like I said before, like I started search tech school really young. And I didn't realize how different I actually was from most people in the OR, and they don't try not to go out of their way to make you feel like you're different. So
Right.
sometimes, to me, in my opinion, I feel like some conversations go above my head, or just like you're not really, you're not in the good old boys clique and stuff like that. So it just makes it challenging to really enjoy your job and be yourself at work. And
Right.
I work at now is full of young Black residents, men and women, surgeons, nurses, techs, like management, everybody. And it makes a difference. It does make a difference. So it's nice to be able to acknowledge the fact that, yes, we are different, but we can share the same spaces, and you know what I'm saying, and make our own communities within those spaces. We don't have to
Now,
feel like,
I'm not gonna try to put you on the spot, and you can say no to answering this, but do you feel like, and I promise you can say no to answering it, and we can just change the whole subject.
I'm
But
open. I'm open. It's fine.
okay, good. So do you feel like you have to know more as a Black African American woman in the OR, or do you feel like you could come in and just do the bare minimum and still get away with it?
I mean, can we apply this question to anything in life? I feel like, as a Black woman, I remember my first experience in OR, and literally I was like in the corner crying because of what happened to me. I had a white, blonde hair, blue eye friend that we went to school together, surg tech school together. And when we walked into the OR, we both were relieving another team. We were both new. The surgeon didn't know who either of us was. So I walked in, I said, "Hi, my name's Tonesha. I'm going to be relieving such and such. And, nice to meet you." He was like, "Oh, okay. Like, what's up?" And so Caitlin, I'm just giving her name. I ain't gonna
Right.
say your name, walks in and she's like, "Hi, like what you said." He's like, "Oh, tell me about yourself. Where are you from? I've never seen you before." And just it crushed me. I felt like a freaking just a nobody.
Nobody, right? I know, a whole nobody,
And
right? I
something
feel
so
you.
small, you would think like, girl, it's not a big deal, but like the passive aggressiveness we have to go through just to be seen and acknowledged is really sickening. It's really sickening.
Right.
And I think it's only because we don't have enough Black
People
surgeons.
in those professions in
You know what
certain areas. No, you're right. You're
I'm
right.
saying? Right. So do I think I have to try harder? It depends on the setting. It really depends on the environment. But now that I've been doing it so long, I feel like, all right,
You know,
like, okay, whatever. You ain't got to speak.
right. Look, like, man, I ain't even got time. Okay, whatever.
I'm
Let me tell you, it's not, depending on my mood, which side of the bed I rolled out on. Now, I'm not gonna put the patient in danger, but look, if the doctor, because you know how you don't work with, like what you say, you working, like, let's just imagine you in the OR with the same doctor that then like blew you off, right? The same one that ain't really show you no time, no type of respect or anything like that. And then he asked you for the wrong instrument, but you know what they need. Like, you know how sometimes they'll just say the wrong thing, and then but in your head, you like, I know you don't really mean that. You really mean this. In that situation, do you give them what they need or what they want?
I give them what they need.
What they need. Okay, good. Okay, we vibing.
Like that was somebody.
But look, I'm petty a little bit, so I'm gonna give you what you need, and I'm gonna be like, I'm gonna say what you said. Right, I'm gonna say what you said. So you asked for a coker, but I'm gonna give you these meds because this is what the fuck you need. Like, that's me. I'm petty, meds. Like, here you go. Since you want to play these games. Right, but they do that. They do that type of shit in the OR. Like, and I honestly, I tell people all day, and it's crazy because I really did focus completely on like just leaving. Like, not so much because I didn't like it, but I knew it was just I had a different calling. Pretty much is what it ended up being. Like, I was called to do something a little bit different. I still enjoy this, but what I'll say is that I just, in my head, I'm just the type of person that I be thinking like, if I got to subject myself to this, you know, like people acting like I ain't good enough, I just can't keep doing it all day, every day. So it's got to be a balance, right? So I can do it a little bit. I just can't do it full time sometimes because it just, like you say, it make you feel when you being crushed all the time, and not that you're gonna get crushed all the time, because that's not true. But you will get to a point where one day you think you doing good. You really doing good, and then your whole like world get like shattered, and you just sitting here like, damn, I just thought I was doing good, and now you making me feel like, you know, it ain't nothing. But I tell people, I like in the OR, you'll run into a Karen and you don't even know it's a Karen until she show herself. Like, it's Karens in the OR, you guys. Don't think it ain't.
I got into a screaming match like 2 weeks ago with this lady in the middle of the hallway. She told me, I'm a nurse, you're a tech. If I tell you to do something, don't question me. You just do what I say. I was like, oh,
bitch, try again. Look.
I'm 5'9". I'm tall.
This yeah, you look, and I'm 5'6", so I felt like I was tall in that bitch. Like, honey, try again. And I look, I'm coming in there like I'm 5'6", 130 pounds soaking wet, and I'm like, try again, bitch. You gonna try again.
Girl, Karen was really. I had to check.
They in there, like that's and it's fucked up because they in there, like they deep in there too. Like, that's what's really. But the truth is, like, if we could honestly stick together, then I think it'd be better. So tell me this: do you think going to human resources for your person, like if somebody bullying you or something, is a good decision to do?
I wrote her up for bullying. Yeah,
you did.
Mm-hmm. That was the
first time. This is what I came up with. So, because I had a Karen situation, and it was so crazy. I had already quit. Right? How you quit, and then you still like I quit, and I actually went back in because I got a paper in the mail. Like, I got a package in the mail from the company, and she was like, you know, she want to talk or whatever. So I was like, okay, I scheduled a time to go in and talk to her. And in this conversation, you know, for one, so I already know I talk loud. Like, I know who I am. I'm very much aware. I'm self-aware. I know who I am. I know, you know what I'm saying? Right. I already know. It come off aggressive. I love you though. It just come off like how it come off, but it's not me being I love you, but shit, like, this is who it is. Like, and so she, like, I go in there. So to give you a reference, that day they had got inspected by the fire marshal. Right. So the fire marshal come in. The fire marshal is this like 6-foot black lady with braids in her hair and shit. And so, yeah. And they failed because it was like a potluck or something that happened that day. And it was stuff in the hallway. Right. So, you know, you can't have stuff in the hallway if the gardener can't go down the hallway. Now, the hallway that she failed them on was the admin hallway. So patients really aren't going down this hallway, but she failed them on it anyway.
Right.
And so here come me cheerful and shit after the failed inspection, right? Like, hey guys, how are you? How's your day going? Right? And look, I walked right into a trap. And so now I'm getting like, she raising her voice to me. And so I get my keys, I'm getting my purse, and I'm like walking out because I'm like, bitch, I already know what type of time this is. Like, this ain't no good for me. Like, I grew up in this. So I already know what you're doing. Like, I'm very much, I was in the military. This is the type of shit military girls do. I know what you're doing right now. I'm leaving because I ain't trying to put myself in this, right?
Mm-hmm.
As I'm walking down the hallway, I'm gonna call the cops. Bitch, why? Like, for what?
Wow.
We in the South. Like, first of all, we in the South. So I feel like any white person that decides, and y'all can feel how y'all want to feel on the live about it. But if you threaten to call, it's Jamarcus, get off my live. Go in there and tell y'all go play video games. But thank you. Like, hit the like. That's my friend. Go in there and play with Braylon. Look, so right, girl. I'm like, thank you, but go play with Braylon. So yeah, so but anyways, to make like he got me all the way distracted. So, but anyways, to make a long story short, she decides that threatening me is a good idea, and I couldn't really do nothing about it. But at the same time, I had already quit, and it was just one of those moments that had me realize. Right, dead grown folks business. She's talking about not dead grown folks business. It had me realize that I really can't trust, because I used to be really trusting my managers, administrators, and all, really trying to be the best version of myself that I can be for them, and I still would be, but at the same time holding back because I don't think that they understand where we be coming from as Black women. Like, you can't threaten to call the cops on a Black person in the South and think that that's okay. Like, that's not okay.
Do you think you hold your tongue or hold back your opinion because of not wanting to be stereotyped or not wanting to?
I used to, because even when I was in the Navy, like how I talk, some people think it's ghetto, it's like whatever, especially if I'm comfortable. Like, I'm in a comfortable setting now. So when I'm comfortable with you, I'm Southern. Like, it come off a little bit, slangish or whatever. So but that don't mean that I'm not intelligent.
Right.
Like, I had plenty of I'll never forget when I realized I was smart. Like, it's crazy that I knew I was smart, but it was like, oh, you really
dawned on you.
It was another doctor that had to kind of a white male in a higher position to kind of say, oh shit, you really know what you're talking about. And it didn't have nothing to do with surgical tech. Like, I was great at surgical tech because I was already trained to be that. But I was adventuring in business. So I didn't know about business, and I didn't know what I knew or I didn't know about business, right? And so that was new to me. And so when I started talking to these doctors about my business part of it, excuse me, that's when I realized, I was like, oh shit, I'm on. Like, I know what I'm doing a little bit. And so that's when I got the confidence. But I'll never forget, in the OR, it just came easy. Like, it was easy to me. Like, the comment, some of the normal stuff, it just was easy because I tried, and you could tell people wasn't really trying. They didn't go beyond. They just did the bare minimum to be a surgical tech. But because I had this ego that I needed to feed, my ego pushed me to know more. Because if I'm gonna talk shit to you, I need to know what I'm talking about, right? So if I just don't want to be talking to you and sounding stupid. So I would actually go out. And I would ask the scheduler what my cases were for the next day, and I would go study them. I would go look them up at night. I would do that. And so I remember people didn't do that. They would just be in the locker room, which I done did this too, but be in the locker room trying to look up this case or try to figure out how to do the case. But if you was cool with the person who was making the schedule, you already know what cases you in. So the night before, you can kind of go, if you don't know no ACL, then go look up how to do at least a anatomy or a basic understanding of how to do an ACL or something like that. So I would do that. I would do stuff like that. And then But sometimes it wouldn't be in my benefit. It would make me look like a know-it-all.
Aw.
But
Wow.
it's okay though, cause shit, like if I'm a know-it-all, then like if I know more than her, then I know more than her because I've read more or studied more. Like I had to honestly, like it took me probably, I'm not gonna even lie, 5, 6 years, 7 years to get comfortable in the career. I ain't even lying.
No, you're telling the truth. For me too. Like I don't think for me it was more like getting comfortable. Just where I was at life. Like the reason I jumped down and traveled so much because I had a lot of issues going on back home. So I was like, you know what? Whatever I know as a surgical tech, I'm gonna take this and I'm out. Like that, just how it went for me. But like it took me a while to actually like really come comfortable. Like I was always looking like to do something more. Like no, I could do more than surgical tech. Then I just found myself ending up right back in it. But it was like I knew I wanted to do more, and I was like fighting against being a surgical tech for so long because I feel like I did it so soon. Like when I was so young that I didn't give myself enough time to figure
To
out what it
try
is
anything
to do.
else.
So I just like fought it so much. And then like after a couple years, I was like, you know what? I'm actually good at this. I enjoy teaching people this. Like I
Right.
researching about it, talking to people on the internet about it. Like it was just,
Right.
it came naturally to me. And I just felt like I was in it for a reason. So just embrace it, you know what I'm saying? And let it guide me. But it
No,
took me
you said like that's exactly where I completely agree as far as fighting it. Cause
yeah,
I did
I
but
fought it.
didn't appreciate it, didn't even appreciate the opportunity because when we sit back and honestly look at it, um surgical tech is a new field. It's not, I mean, it's not new, but it's not as older field as like most like nursing, if you wanted to, or any other like profession. It's still fairly new. So for those of us that got it, like you got in early. So now, you know, a couple years in, 15 years later, or whatever, you feeling like I'm done with this. Now it's time for me to go on. But other people are just catching on because the profession is still only about 30 to 40 years old. So being 15 years into a profession or 10 years into a profession that's only 10 to 15 or 15, we'll say 30 to 40 years it's still pretty early in the game. You know what I'm saying? It's still fairly like early.
Nurses been around for forever.
Forever. Because you got to think like, and what I learned about surgical tech was that it was started in the military, and then it was a part of the nursing corps in the military, right? And so then it separated into a separate profession. So the nursing corps was even before, you know, surgical tech. So when we're looking at surgical tech, a lot of people think we nurses, and I'm like, no, it's a complete. My patients go to sleep. My patients don't complain to me. They don't talk to me. They come in, how you doing, Miss Smith? I'll see you when you wake up. You know, that type of situation. And so they don't understand that we do something completely different than what nurses do. And it's not to be like we're better or worse than nurses. I think too, with surgical techs, what happens is that it's a perception, I guess, because we don't have the same education level as those are the other people that are the other profession that are on the OR team, the surgical team, that we are less valuable to the team.
Right.
And that's just not true. And I think over the next couple of years that surgical techs not only will get a little more respect than what they've been getting, that the pay will increase as well. But not only that, it's gonna have to increase because I think the licensing or the regulations is gonna change as well, not just a certification anymore. I think it's gonna go a little bit more stricter.
You think maybe the like you think
Say it
so?
again.
You think more so like the license route? You think they may try?
Yeah, because what I've seen this year, like even the pay could have went up because of the pandemic and everything. But the pay went up. I know the travel pay went up. Like I know it did.
It went
And
up a little bit. Florida in general does not have, well, in Central Florida, not that great.
No, we're gonna speak on it. Florida in general don't pay anything to travel. Like it's not a good pay.
Only good rates I've ever seen was in South Florida. Miami, obviously, because the cost of living is
It's expensive down there. Right.
So that's the only reason I've seen like some high paying contracts down there. But you know, the stipend has to make up for the cost. Yeah, this stipend has to make up for the cost of living. So, but yeah, I think so too. I think with Florida, people are starting to see that there is such a shortage. And like before, nurses can do what surgical techs do, and like starting out, like taking it back to like how surgical techs came about, that was a nurse's job in the OR, like when they had the theater and all that stuff set up, that
Mm-hmm.
was what nurses did. But
Right.
as time went on in the military, started saying like, hey, we can just train somebody for like a year to do this and let the nurses handle medications or whatever.
Right. Right.
It's definitely a technical job, and not every nurse is technical. So it's just like
Right.
a way to, make a different avenue for people who just wanted to just go
Do the
straight
tech, the
for that.
tech part.
But I
Right.
think they're starting to see like, yes, nurses can do what techs do, but they don't get the training that we have, and a lot
Yeah,
of times
right.
they don't want to be assisting or passing instruments. So it's like there is a need, and they try to always blanket the nurses can do so much, but like our job is very specific. Like, and the things we can
Right.
do, like a nurse can pass some instruments for an open belly case, but she can't go, or he can't go do an orthopedic case, or what I'm
Right.
saying. So it
They
is
only would be good for maybe one specific
one
doctor, one
general
specific
thing.
service, but not like not go from one service to another. Like how a typical surgical tech should be well rounded and multiple
Right.
services. And I tell my viewers that all the time, we not one trick ponies. You got to get out
Mhm.
here and learn more than one service. Even if your hospital puts you in one service, if that's what they do, go get a PRN position at another facility so you
Right.
can get that training because you're gonna need it.
Never get too comfortable. Never, you know what I'm saying? Always try to, even if it's like when I first started scrubbing, I worked full time in the level 1 trauma hospital, and that would go upstairs on my other days off just to scrub the CVR, like the cardiac, the heart cases. I would just
Mm,
go there in shadow. I didn't get paid for that or nothing. I just came over and was like, what y'all up here doing? And that's
right,
how I had to even do like heart surgery. Now, granted, I don't do hearts, like I hate it,
right.
honestly, but I could, and if a contract came up, I could take it, but I just, I
That's
always
not
put
your
myself out
thing.
there to learn, even if I was just scrubbing it to shadow or whatever, like just get your education. Because when you talk about traveling or even trying to negotiate your pay, people are gonna be like, well, what can you do?
What
And
can you do? Right. And that's what's gonna make you more marketable, more valuable, not just knowing how to do labor and delivery. Like labor and delivery ain't gonna cut it. I
no,
be like, look, now if you want to do labor and delivery, to each his own, but what I would say is go do labor and delivery. Do labor and delivery at the other end of your career. Go get some other
yeah,
go get some other experience first, and then go to labor and delivery. Like if you're going to school, or if you
mhm,
maybe like if you need a little more downtime. Because I worked in labor and delivery, and what I didn't like, because I came from the OR, so it was boring. You know what I'm saying? So it was like
mhm,
we literally doing one type of case. We might do a cerclage, but I mean a cerclage, is that really
what,
like, I
what
mean, what's the cerclage? Like you literally throwing a suture through the cervix. That's all the cerclage is. So, or maybe we'll do a tubal ligation after we do a C-section.
GYN basically, just GYN,
Right.
yeah. Maybe get a DNC here and there, but other than that,
Right, and that's it.
liver
Yeah,
and
maybe DNC. You're right, and that's it. And so to me, it just after coming from the OR, it just didn't do it for me. It just didn't do it. And I like ortho and I like plastics. I'm okay with general big cases and stuff like that, but I like a bone. Let's put a bone back together. You know what I'm saying? I
yeah.
like it.
That was
I
my
really
thing for a while. I loved ortho. I couldn't deal with the lead aprons no more. Like,
Girl, let's talk about that. Oh my God, with this little frame. I'm trying to tell you, you be at the end, your shoulders is done, honey.
I'm telling
You
you, it's
you
no
completely
joke.
over.
I was getting a massage like once every 2 weeks, like twice a month. Like I just could not, like literally yoga, all that stuff. I was doing it. All my back was just
Yeah,
like,
you
girl, what are
sound
you
like me. I was in here bent. Look, my son used to be like, and he would come try to like lean on me. I'm like, no, wait, I'm trying to like stretch.
It is
With
no
those
joke.
A-frames, you do an ACL, you do a hip, like any of that stuff long. Like if it's a longer, more than I would say an hour case, those leg aprons start to weigh down on you, and you just feel every bit of Like it just brings your shoulders down. And I mean, then you got, if depending on the dog, you manipulating the knee as well, and so you got a leg apron on, and you trying to like help them, and it just was not. But I'm totally with you. You right about that leg apron shit. Like that shit is just like
I do
the,
it every once in a while. Like my per diem job that I have, I do a bit of ortho, but like
so
I,
what you do mostly right now though?
I do mostly GYN now. That's what my
Oh,
company
that's what's up
is.
though.
But within the past 2 years, I've done pediatric spines and
Oh,
urology. So that's what I was doing since like 2017. And before
it's
that, I
kids
was
in
doing,
urology.
yeah, pediatric spines and urology. I work for at Vent Health, and there I worked for a surgeon. He did like mostly pediatrics, and that was it. When COVID hit, like he had no, I don't know if a little bit before COVID hit too. Like it was just like with the insurance and stuff. I don't know exactly what happened, but a lot of his cases started to plummet. So that's when I started doing the agency stuff again. But yeah,
So
and
you wasn't already in Orlando before the COVID hit, before this pandemic. You was already in
yeah,
Orlando.
yeah, I was in Orlando. I've been in Orlando since 2017. Like I
Okay,
came,
okay.
I've
You're
been
not too far from me, girl. You know, I'm right up in Jacksonville.
here so far. I come to Jacksonville like every now and then because my boyfriend, like he used to live in Jacksonville before he moved to Orlando. So he
Okay.
has like, his friends and stuff back there. But
We gonna have to meet. We gonna have to do a whole meetup and
we
everything.
can for sure, girl. I am so down. I'm so happy
My
I
sister actually lives in Orlando. My sister goes to UFC right now. One of my baby sisters. I have three younger sisters. My baby sister is in UFC right now.
Okay, go ahead,
Oh
little
my God.
sis.
Me and this little trans girl. Hold on, wait a minute. I'm struggling.
Yeah, I whip them out. They be so aggravating.
I know, but see this, and I normally do, but it won't stay on the hanger. So I left it on because I keep it like this is the only way it'll actually stay on the type of hangers that I have. But yeah, no, I'm trying to halfway be decent, like a little bit professional, because we be on here all like wine glass and everything. But
Yeah.
tonight we gonna keep it breezy a little bit tonight. And so, okay, so you in Orlando, you with your boo, y'all getting, so you ready for kids? Okay, let me back up. I'm finna get all in your business right now.
Okay.
How old are you?
I am turning 29 next week.
29?
I'm 28.
Oh my God, you're such a kid. Oh my God. But I'm like, oh, I'm closer to 40 than 29. I'll say that.
Girl, please. That's still young. Like
I'm way closer to 40 than 29. I promise you.
I
I
am
promise.
on 30. I'm right around the corner.
Look, I remember turning 30 and being super excited. I'm not one of those people that hate getting older, because what I will tell you about getting older is that you learn a whole hell of a lot more. You're going to have more experiences. And so don't be scared to get older. Like people be like, oh, I'm scared to tell my age, especially women. Like now when to the age, girl, I be like, I'm 37, but I'm turning 38 this year, and I'm excited about it. Like, however you feel about that, that's where I'm at. And so,
I definitely enjoy getting older. Like I used to, cause I'm the youngest. Like on my dad's side, my dad has 5 kids and my mom has 3, and I'm the youngest on both sides.
on both sides, I'm the oldest on both sides. That's crazy. I'm like,
Yeah,
my mom has 4 kids, and my dad has 4 kids, and I'm the oldest.
wow. So your experience is probably the exact opposite, but I was always used to being the baby. So like when I was getting older, now my little cousins and stuff. So like now I'm the big cousin and everything. So it's like, dang, I'm getting old for real. But I mean, I embrace it because I mean, what if I don't get old? The hell up.
But you know what? And you should embrace it, because it is some people that don't get old. It's some people that's not going to get the chance to see 29, 30, 37. You know what I'm saying? And so, because I have some friends that didn't make it. And so I'm all for it. And I'm having fun. I will say, probably when I was your age, because I had a kid, and so it was still very intense for me, like just life was, because I had a whole nother human that I had to like take care of. And so, and I was going through like a whole divorce and everything. And so that was intimidating. But life is fun. Once you get the whole financial aspect under control, and like how to I feel like for me, it was the financial part of it, and just finding a way to enjoy my life without having to depend on other people and to, need other people. And so I think I feel like surgical tech had a big part of that, because like I say, I know I was making more money than the average. I was making more money than like my parent, like my mom, my friends. And I was sitting here like, I don't feel like going to work. And they like, I'm making $25, $30. Well, 25 as a staff person. I make in Florida $25, $26 an hour is actually pretty good in the OR. And I was like, this was a couple years ago. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, what I would do was I would have multiple jobs. And that's why I tell people, like, don't just have one job. Even if you're a surgical tech, like, or whatever job, even SPD techs or whoever is on here that's watching, when you start at one place, you're gonna get that pay, right? So let's just say you come in, you only got 2 years worth of experience, they're gonna pay you for 2 years worth of experience. But then after about a year or so, you go apply to another job. Now you actually got 3 years worth of experience, so they're gonna pay you a little bit more because you got a little more experience. So you have to actually keep applying to different jobs or go traveling, because traveling is going to automatically give you the best rate. But you can't go traveling until you get like to 2 to 3 years worth of experience under your belt. So the first couple of years, have multiple PRN jobs so you can get the most experience. That's what I be telling people. Like, that's going to be the best route. You're going to get the most money out of it. You're going to get the most experience. Being at more than one facility is going to give you the opportunity to see more than one procedure, how they doing it, the doctors, because one doctor at one facility might not operate at another facility. So you're going to get exposed to this doctor at this facility and how they operate and that one, and you just working PRN at all of them. And that's what I really was like, PRN all over Jacksonville. Like, I was just bouncing around. And if I didn't feel like working, I didn't work. I was just like, I'm not going to work. I'm not taking no
I took off 3 months when COVID hit because I could. I literally I just was like, I don't want to go to work. And my honey was like, all right, well,
stay home.
We want to start. I started a little garden. I just chilled out at home, be a dog.
Oh, honey, look. If it was like, I would take you outside to my garden and let you see my garden. We got collard greens, we got pineapples, we got mint, we got all type, we got aloe, we got oregano, we got everything, girl, all type of stuff.
You literally are living a life that I swear I'm trying to make for us right now. We just moved into a fixer upper, so we got 3 acres. And like it's zone agricultural, so we're like, we need to put some type of livestock on it to keep our zone.
Start with chickens. I would start with chickens. I have 8 chickens. I don't know if I told you that earlier. We have 8, and I'm not even on an acre, honey. Like, we in the city. We in the city. Like, like 295 is like probably not even a whole mile away from me right now. So
we got lucky. We found an old house, and it was like.
I'm with that. Like, I'm so with a fixer upper and 3 acres. Like, girl, like, that's what I was telling my mom. If I can't go travel, because the goal this year was to go traveling to Africa. I wanted to go to Tanzania, to Gambia, or to Burkina Faso. Girl, I'm talking about, we international.
I'm talking. Because, like, every time you say something, I'd be like, what the heck? I wish my boyfriend was here right now. Because, like, literally, like, this summer, I was like, I want to go to Gambia. I want to go to Ghana. I'm sick of being in America.
You know why I'm not going to go to Ghana? Because there's too many African Americans in Ghana. So I said Gambia. But I like the island vibes. So Tanzania got the island vibes, and the cost of living is a lot less than what we would be paying in Ghana. Ghana is already on American prices. It's no point. Yeah. Like, unless we go into North Ghana, which is more rural area or whatever. But
talk about Accra or something that's a little bit more.
Right. And so, like, Gambia is definitely, but I'm kind of concerned with the whole pandemic situation, and I would be traveling with my son, and so I'm like waiting to do that. But what y'all did is what my next option would be, is just to go buy a couple of acres and just do my thing. But I would put a whole travel trailer on like 4 or 5 acres right now if that is what was presented to me. Right. And so I just started with what I know how to do. Like, I've been having chickens for years. I've been like having chicken or husbandry with chickens for probably 4 years now. Wow. Maybe 5. And they cheap too. That's why I say start with chickens. You can get chickens for $2.50. Excuse me. I think maybe $3 with shipping.
Wow, that is not expensive at all, girl. I'm about
No,
to go.
and what you would get. So what I did first, so it's up to you how you want to do it. But I put them in a like I had bought a big storage container, not like the huge like those I don't know what they're called. They're storage containers that you put like your Christmas gifts in, like the long ones though, right? And
Okay.
I had 10 of them. And when you order them, one or two are gonna die. Like just be prepared for that. Don't feel no type of way about it. That's just what's gonna happen. There, one or two are gonna die because of how they are transported and the lack of water and everything like that. They're just gonna end. One or two you're gonna lose.
Okay.
And I paid $30 for shipping for 10. And now I have 6 of them, but I got a specific breed. Like I told you earlier, I have Buff Orpingtons, and they're good for meat and laying eggs. So the ones that I have are good for meat and laying eggs. You can get one specifically for meat. Since you got more acreage, you could actually do a meat bird for 90 days. Like a meat bird would be mature in about 90 days. And
Wow.
so, yeah, it's crazy. So you can do a full year's worth of meat or chicken, I should say,
Do
within like
you everything? Do you do that yourself? You?
slaughter them. Would I slaughter them?
Yeah.
No, I don't slaughter mine because I don't slaughter them because they give me more in eggs. So
Okay.
they're more valuable to me in eggs. But if I wanted them for meat, like if it came down to it, I would try to. Shit, yeah, I would. Like I would. I would try to do one. Look, I would do one and see how that first would go. No, like so I be on YouTube, girl. Like I'm on like the people that I watch on YouTube are like farmers and homesteaders. Like I don't really watch TV. I watch stuff like that. Like I watch homesteaders and how they like take care of their shit. Like right now I have a turtle that I'm about to move outside because I'm tired of like he's too big for the tank, and I'm tired of like cleaning the tank out. So now I got to figure out what to do with him outside, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so I'll watch other people. I'll sit here like if you had a turtle and you did like a turtle kitty, because my idea is a kiddie pool right now, right? So I YouTube turtle kiddie pool, and I started following people just because of like what they're talking about their turtle kiddie pool. That's what I got. But I would good night, Zayev. Zayev saying good night. I guess he like y'all getting ready to turn up. They already like got fireworks.
Oh, yes. Yeah, we got a whole hour. I ain't doing
nothing. Look, they be on here. Let me tell you, my lives. I had to tell them like we got to stop. I have to get off because it'll be on. Like right now, it's only 2 people on here, but normally. Like yesterday, it was like 10 people, 8, 9, 10 people, and I was like, okay, you guys, I'm finna get off. I'll see you guys tomorrow. But I'm like y'all. I'm glad you guys got the land. Get some chickens. Just order them from the chicken tractor. I mean, tractor supply store. The food once they get a little bit bigger, the food is only like $10. It's $15 with for 50 pounds. And so depending on how many chickens you have, like you can have one, bag of food for a really long time. But the eggs, if you like eggs, to me it's worth it. I go to the grocery store and I see how much free range organic chicken eggs are there, almost $5 to $6 a carton for a dozen. And mine don't cost that. Like, and they do whatever they want to. Like, they just be running around in the backyard, and I like it. I mean, this is what I got the rabbit. The rabbit is new. Yeah, he's a new. I was gonna actually get more rabbits for food, but then I started liking the rabbit, and so then I was like, I'm not gonna like I was gonna feed him to my dog. Like I was gonna have like a whole bunch of rabbits and like feed them to my dog. But then I got the rabbit, and I was like, he's actually kind of cute, and so I'm just gonna keep it.
They don't live long no way, so the dog can eat them after it's
time. Yeah, Happy New Year's, Zayev. Yeah, I'm not gonna, cause now he's a pet, like, or she, cause I can't tell what it is yet, but it's a pet now, and so now I got the rabbit, the turtle, but I just be buying stuff. Girl, I had a whole cat, but I don't like cat like in house. Like, no, they can be outside, but that in house cat situation It ain't for me. I don't want a kitty litter box. They stink. I don't care how much you spend on the kitty litter. It makes your house stink. Just leave them outside.
I don't like cats. They're too sneaky. So
they are sneaky. But because you got a lot, what I will say is because you have land, I would get a couple of cats for my land, because what the cat that I did get, I got my cat from the Humane Society. He was fixing everything, and he would kill everything, because my front, so I have a garden in the front yard, and it would get so bushy that you can't see, because I would grow watermelons, I would grow sweet potatoes, all of that stuff, and it becomes a lot of foliage, so you can't see what's going on under there, right? And the cat knows what's going on. And I would have, like, he killed like little baby bird. He would bring birds to me. He would bring all kind of stuff. Yeah, I would get one, but not in the house. Like, not in the house.
That house up to that. Let me get the chickens first, and then we'll work out the birds.
Like the chicken, and I would get buff Orpingtons, because so for me, I've tried multiple different breeds, like what I said, and the buff Orpingtons are more calm. They're more of a pet. They're not going to be so skittish. They're not going to be like so aggressive and everything. And so I would get those. I got mine from Tractor Supply, like I say, and they came in the USP, in the regular mail. They just came in the mail, and they was actually, it was cheaper than what I thought it was gonna be, but it was still like it was probably $30 at the most.
Yeah, I see them right here. Okay.
Go and put the Orpingtons, and they're like yellow, right? Or gold or whatever, brown, whatever. Huh?
With the red face.
Like, yep.
Yeah. Okay.
Let me see if I can bring up. But that's who mine came through. They came straight out of the straight in the mail.
Well, thank you for
that.
My
mailman actually brought them to me earlier than what they were supposed to. They were supposed to come, I guess, like later that day or whatever, and he brought them in earlier because he saw that they had came in and they were supposed to be for me, so he brought them early to me. But
okay.
But yeah, they come in the mail, and they, let me see. I think my laptop is like really slow because I got this because we streaming right now. But oh yeah, here you go. So yeah, and they got a 50% off sale going on right now.
Where's this at? Hold on.
At Tractor Supply. So let me see if I can show it. Oh, let me share my screen here. Let's see if it'll do it. Okay, so there's that, and then that. And it should be sharing my screen here.
My God, DC's still on here talking about y'all fine. Thanks, DC. And Happy New Year's.
New Year, DC. I wanted to try to show it. Is it gonna go over? Is it? Oh, there it goes. Okay, so let me see. So can you see that?
I can see your screen that you're sharing. It is just showing us right now.
You see my screen?
You're buffering. Hold on. I can
might not be. It's still showing us.
Like, I see that you're trying to show me something, but it's paused. Like, I can still see us on the. Okay, I see it now. Tractor Supply. So I'm trying to see what your search engine says. Okay, I found it.
You can see it.
Yeah, I'm searching for it on mine too. Okay. I just found it. Okay, thank you.
I'm gonna stop because I'm far away from You welcome. Yeah, so that's where I got my the batch that I have right now, the chickens that I have the small ones that I have right now. That's where I got those from. I would normally just go in my neighborhood or whatever, like locally, but they don't always have the breed that I'm looking for, and so
Yeah.
Tractor Supply is typically, a lot more reliable, and so that's where I went with them, and that's who the people that I be following. That's who they go through. But yeah, so y'all got 3 acres in Orlando. I was looking for land and I was thinking like, so if you don't mind me asking, did you finance or did y'all pay cash?
He financed it.
You
Yeah.
financed it.
Yeah. This is his first home that he actually purchased, and he wanted the land more so. He was willing to travel more, like further out of Orlando, and I like to be in the city area. So we kind of found a happy medium. Literally right next door is like a Mexican restaurant, like really like new condos and everything. But for some reason they built up all around this house and nobody ever touched this house before. Like nobody just, I don't
Oh, it was
know.
just waiting for y'all. That's what it was. It
That's
wasn't
what
for
it
nobody else.
was.
It was for
It
y'all.
wasn't in the market for like a year, and nobody like on Zillow was even looking at it. So they dropped the price, like I forget, like $70,000 they dropped it. And he was like,
Mm-hmm.
let me just go check it out. Cause on Zillow, it only had, they have like a picture of just a land from like a
The the satellite view.
like, yeah, it was just like a picture of the land, so you couldn't see it. So he's like, let me just drive up there and see it. And he fell in love, like, this is perfect. Like, we can just do whatever with this house. And literally, like, the people who lived in here before, the house is built like in the 50s. So, like, everything, I wish I could just show you, like, everything that we've done in the house so far. It's like, it's crazy. I could probably show you a little bit. Like, he can build everything in this house because it's all made of wood. It's all been, like, hand built anyway. So, all he has to go through, like, once he pulls up all the flooring and knocks down walls and stuff, like literally he can just like do everything himself. So this is one of our bedrooms here.
Cute. That's really cute. I like your bed.
Thank you. This, he redid the entire bathroom here. I don't know if you can see it.
Oh, look at your soaker tub. That's a soaker tub.
Yeah. So he created like the little. He's still doing some stuff up top, but we like redid
But
all
it's
of
still,
it
I can see the vibe. I see it.
and like
Does
all
the
that.
tub have a shower part attached to it as well, or is it just a
Yeah.
tub?
It's gonna have a shower part attached to it too. Like you're gonna walk into the shower and then you'll walk to the tub.
Into the tub.
Yeah, he like built this barn door and like, girl, it's been a lot, but
No,
it's
but that's
been so
good
worth it.
though. No,
I still want to do.
I'm all for that. I'm a homesteading as person, and people they don't real when I say homestead, like people be like, what is that? They don't understand like the concept, and I'm like, okay, so homesteading to me would be where I'm more self sufficient and I can live off of my skills. Right, and off the land and stuff like that. So that's where my brain is. So y'all definitely like we vibing, honestly, like on the same.
We
It's
really
just
are.
doing it differently. That's the only. It's just probably a different. Like for me, I'm still renting, but I get to do my land. I can do whatever I want to here. I don't have to ask. I've been here for so long that like I turned the front yard into my garden area because that's where I get the most sun at, and then the backyard is for the animals. But when I first did it, my landlord, I didn't ask. I just did the shit. Like I just did it. I didn't be like, can I, do this? But what I ended up doing was, and I don't know if you guys are thinking about doing this for your garden, but you can either have the city or you can, if you have trees on your property, you can mulch the trees down and use that as your fertilizer. That's what, if I could go outside and show you right now, my garden, the first layer is straight mulch. I put like a foot of tree like tree chips where they like mulch the tree. The city will come bring it to me and dump it on the property. If I put it's
And
like
like a big mountain of it, like right. That's what they did for us too. When they chopped down a lot of the trees back there, they came through and like just dumped all. It's still sitting back there. I'm like,
no, use that. You need so with that, and if you get a rabbit and some chickens, honey, that's all you need to grow your garden. People be like, they be thinking that what you say she eat another ninja? She eating off what? DC, what the hell is you talking about? What? Hold on. Let me see what he's talking about, but it's not respectable. What's not I'm confused. She eating off another ninja. What? Let him come back to that because I don't understand.
I wish we can like add people in to
You can
talk.
come in if he want to. You want to come in. You want to hop. Whoever want to hop on. I'm gonna put the link in the. So you was able to get the link off of the off the chat, right?
I just clicked right on it, and it like it just said you had to approve me.
Hop on. There go the link. But I don't maybe I don't understand. Got 3%, bro. It's 8:30. It's not. Oh, he's talking about, bro. It's 8:30. It's 11. Got 3. Okay, then. He's like, he got 3%. I don't understand what that means, but we're not gonna even. I'm still trying to figure out what eating off another ninja.
I don't know.
So, anyways, back to what I was saying though. Hold on, I think I was talking about the yeah. I'm okay. What I'm finna come back to right now is them damn 3 acres. Like either way it go, because with them 3 acres, you can put. I want you to go get some chickens. Like that's what I want you to do.
We
That's what
going
I
to.
And then it's not hard. Honestly, if it wasn't a shame, I would tell you to come meet me, like to come and get 2 of the ones that I already have.
If I could like just plan a trip, it probably won't be this weekend.
2 of mine, like because I have. So really, if it was really like a thing, I have technically too many chickens. So you're more than welcome. Instead of going to get in your own, if you want to, you can like we can come up with something, and I can give you 2 of mine, and you can start with the 2 younger ones that I have.
Oh,
So I have.
Thank you. Yes, I would love to. I would love to.
Because I have a total of 8 chickens. And so 2 of them are already laying for me. And then I have 6 of the 10 that I purchased from Tractor Supply, which I knew at least 2 of them were gonna die before they got to laying age. I already knew that just by having for that. And so I ended up actually one got lost because I put him out too little. I know I did, and I think it got under the fence. And the other one got ate by a cat, and so the neighborhood cat just caught. This man down the street, he feed the stray cats in the neighborhood, and so they tend to get in my backyard every now and then. But my dog kills cats, and I don't stop him, so I let him do it. I'm like, if they get back here, by all means, do what you need to do. But I've come back. I found dead. First of all, he used to kill my chickens. I finally got him to stop killing my chickens. And then he used to kill. I would find cats and possums, girl, all the time. And I'm single, so I'm the one back there like shoveling dead possums, shoveling dead cats.
Girl, you are better than me. You better than most.
I'm looking like a straight Arab around my face because I'll be like trying to cover up and like cover my nose because it's so stank.
Yes.
Oh my God. I have like a mother-in-law suite in the back, I guess is what you would call it. And so sometimes I don't know what's on the other side of the house. And you can smell it. Like you can smell something dead over there. And so I'm just like, what is that? And normally it's a dead possum or a cat, and he been got it. But so I got him to stop doing that. But if I was you got 3, and y'all just got the little dogs.
Yeah.
You might need an outside dog.
Like a big dog, like a pit or a rock or something.
Well, so I'm buying. I ain't gonna even lie. I had a pet for like 14, almost 15 years. She died on Good Friday this year. But my other dog, he in my son's room right now, and he's a mix, like a pit lab mix or whatever. And he's not so. I think he's more aggressive than my pet. Not aggressive, but more like a hunting dog than my pet was. My pet didn't really kill things. Like people think pets do that.
Yeah.
Do that. They don't do that. And so, but my other dog, he's more of a he's like he's more of a killer or whatever like that. He's more into that. But if I was you, I would we can definitely get together. I think that's what we were talking about. I got completely sidetracked. We can definitely get together and you can get two of my chicken. Oh, you scared me. Say hey to Miss Tonesha. Say hi.
Hi. How you doing? Is that DeMarcus?
That's no. Jamarcus is his friend. That's Brett. So Jamarcus is his friend. He was supposed to be back there playing. Wait.
Laptop died.
Huh?
Laptop died.
Oh, you can get the you can get the. Oh, you using the desktop?
Yep.
You plugged it in.
Yep.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine. So yeah, but yeah, we can definitely get together. Are you on? We got to exchange information off here. So are you?
I left my email on there. That's probably the best way to just like send me your number and I'll text you. I'll leave it again so you can email me.
You put it on in Instagram. Where'd you put it at?
No, I put on the private chat on here.
Oh, in the private chat. Oh, look.
I'm about to put it on there now.
Hold on. I see it. I see it. Oh my God. Look, I'm so special when it comes down to this because I'm still working on learning how to use StreamYard. But let me tell you, I love StreamYard. This is a really cool little
This is. I've seen people use it like watching other people's live streams, but I've never been on it with anybody. Thomas.
Yeah, no, I just started using it earlier. Earlier, like a couple weeks ago, I started using it. I was trying to use something else and it wasn't working. And I was like, let me go with what I see other, basically what other people been using. And I follow a lot of digital marketers, affiliate marketing and stuff like that. I follow a lot of people that do that. And so this is what they're using. But I didn't want to pay for it up front because I didn't know how it was going to actually work out for me. But I'm finna send you an email. And then we can
send me an email and then I'll send you my number so you can text me. And I'll ask my boyfriend whenever he wants to come up there. We'll probably just get a weekend to come up there or like meet me somewhere.
And I would get two, just because they actually like they hang out together. Like they're gonna be talking to each other. When one get lost, the other one gonna be calling it. Like that's how my two big chickens, that's how they act. Like they like sisters. They're really sisters. But no, I'm gonna let you go. I'm gonna let you go because I got to go. I'm gonna get off of here too. Excuse me. But I'm gonna go ahead and email you right now. From my Gmail, it'll come from my Gmail account, and then we can just get up or whenever you get a chance. Just hit me up, and then when you get it, just text me to let me know you actually got it. Okay.
Okay, I just wanted to let him know that you told us that we could have two of your chickens whenever we were able to come and meet you. She knows that he's like everything.
If the video, if it's too many videos to go back to see the chickens that I'm talking about, don't worry about it. I'll post a video in the next couple of days on the update of the chickens because I got them a couple of months ago, so they're like pullets now. If you wanted to look, you know what a pullet, it's like a teenager. If you wanted to, like I'm speaking chicken. I'm speaking language right now.
I need to learn it, but it's cool. I can always research it, girl. But thank you so much. This has been
you're welcome. Like baby chicks, they turn into like pullets, and then they turn into. I think I'm saying it right. Pullets. They're like this is a teenager bird. Is really what it is. But yeah, y'all more than. You're more than welcome to come get two of them. What I do, excuse me, I just have them in a dog kennel. I connected 3 dog kennels, 2 of the cage dog kennels. Like you can do whatever you want to. You can build it out if you want to. But I connected 2 of the like the wire dog cages or whatever kennels, I guess is what you would call them. And I put a tarp over those. And I just did that for them just to give them somewhere to go in privacy. And I put a whole bale of hay in it. Like one whole bale, and a bale of hay is like $6. It doesn't cost a whole bunch. And I just let them out. Like, but the first couple of days, you might need to leave them locked in just so they get used to where they are and don't get lost.
Mhm.
But I let them out, and then at night, so they can't really see. So sunrise and sunset is when you will see them like moving around, and then when it gets dark, they basically go back to where they know. So,
They
but
find their
they're
way back.
not, huh?
I said they find their way back to like their kennel and stuff, or
Yeah, if you have, is the backyard fenced a little bit? Like, do you have a fenced area?
we're getting the fence next week. Actually, it's funny you asked that.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, if it's fenced, they'll be able to figure it out. But I would leave them in their like like the area that you're gonna keep them in. I would leave them in there for a certain amount of day, like a couple of days, just
Okay.
so they get familiar where they are, just so they, yeah, we're still here, Paris, so that just so they can get familiar with their surroundings. We finna wrap it up though, but once they get familiar with their surroundings, you can open up the cage and they'll go out and come back on like it'll be like clockwork. And then I just take, they'll come up to you at night, or not at night, excuse me, in the morning when it's time for them to eat, and you just like, I just throw the food in the cage where I want them to lay their eggs. So I don't just throw it outside because I want them to actually get comfortable with where, their cage is. So I put the food in the cage.
Okay. Well,
And I
thank
just,
you for
I
that.
just got something. I didn't get nothing expensive. I just, because I already had a dog, and so I just used what I had with my dog. I just went and just used, I just basically used the cage that I had for him. And so I had two of them. I connected them with what is called zip ties, and I put a tarp over it. And so you can't see it right now. I would show if you could, but where my chickens are right outside of this window right now. You just can't see it. It's a window right now. They're
Mhm.
all right there.
Oh, okay.
And they're just there right now because the big ones started doing that. They perch. They're perching is what it's called, I guess, at night. And
What does
so
that mean?
yeah, no, the chickens are like, they're super cool. And by the time you get these, I got them a couple months ago, so they'll start laying probably in like the springtime. It takes them about 10 months to get to maturity,
Okay. Girl,
and
yes.
then it's
Give me all the
like
knowledge.
it's real easy. I feed them like right. I don't give them meat, but I do give them like rice and like leftover. Like I feed them my garden scraps, but I also feed them like rice and like bean, like whatever I have in the kitchen that I cooked that maybe about to go bad or something like that. I give it to them, but not if it's meat. I don't give them the meat. I give my dog the meat.
Okay, girl. Well, thank you so much for this live stream.
You're
I
welcome.
really
Yeah,
appreciate
I
it.
know
This
we
has
been out
been
here for a
good.
super long time. Oh my god, this is crazy. It's always long on here. So yeah, let's wrap it up. But oh my god, I'm so excited. I'm so glad that you hopped on here tonight. I just would have never imagined us like even doing this today. That definitely didn't come to my
Girl, me
come to
either.
my mind.
Look, I had on
I
my
emailed
PJs and everything. I was just about to chill out for tonight. So this
yeah,
has
when
been
you
a
was like, I'm gonna have one, I was like, let me get ready. Oh my God. Like, yeah, let's do it. And I'm
girl.
so
You
glad.
was
It's
already
just so
ready.
crazy. Huh?
I said you was already ready with the lashes and everything. Hair done.
So
I was
I'm telling you, the last like a last look, I was in the bathroom singing and having my whole little like vibe with myself. And I was like, okay, let me just wrap up this was a perfect 2020 like live to end my year. Like this was perfect. And so I greatly appreciate it. But yeah, whenever you got, I'm gonna email you off here. My laptop is just, I'm just not getting anything. I guess because I'm streaming right now, it's just not wanting me to do nothing outside of that. But yeah, we gonna have to get up. Y'all can definitely come get two chickens. I got two chickens here for you whenever y'all decide to come to Jacksonville. And it would be look, it's almost like me telling you to come get them because I got too many of them.
girl, yes, you and your eight chickens. It's cool. I'll
And
take
I'm finna get some
it.
rabbits, some more rabbits too. I would get rabbits, and if you have a garden, you'll appreciate not only the chickens for the eggs, because you can use eggs as a fertilizer, but their poop is fertilizer as well. So not only are you getting the cat, like you can use the egg shells, like Native Americans. I'm gonna let you go, but Native Americans would bury a egg in their garden, and that would give like fertilizer to the garden over like long-term
Mhm.
fertilization. And so you can get it from the eggs, and their actual chicken poop is used as a fertilizer. So
Yeah,
the
my
chickens
grandma
and they
actually did that. She would grind up the egg shells with the soil, and she'll use that for like her household plants and stuff. Yeah, that's
yeah,
definitely.
and burying the whole egg, I'll just use the shell, because obviously we boil the eggs over here and stuff like that. But if you
Mhm.
like, sometimes happen is the chickens will lay eggs in an area that you're not paying attention to, and then you'll find an egg, and you're like, oh, this is a bad egg. You don't want to eat it because you don't know how long it's actually been there, and you can just bear it. I just bear the whole egg at this point, and the plants love it. They love the eggshells, and they love the just the egg in general, and banana plant, like, and bananas. If you ever like actually have bananas, they like bananas as well too. But yeah, no, y'all have to, whenever you get a chance, if you're in Jacksonville, just hit me up. I'm gonna email you as soon as I get off here.
Okay.
And, yeah, if you're in the area, if I'm in the area, we just have to get up, and I'm excited. So you on this contract, we're gonna wrap up. So you on this contract, and this contract is ending when?
The end of January. So
And
pretty
then you're gonna
soon.
take another one, or you gonna take a break?
I'm just gonna work PRN after that because that I'll be back in my clinicals and stuff for school. So
For
that'll just
school.
be my
Okay.
break.
Well, yeah, we're gonna have to catch up to see how that's going. Maybe. So you're gonna have to make some more videos. You know that, right?
I know. Now you got me in the mood. Okay, I definitely can, girl. But you know how life be. You be so busy doing your own
I
thing.
know, I know. But look,
Yeah.
you got a perspective on the career that other people don't have on it. And so I'm not pressuring you. I'm just saying, like,
No.
just share it with some of us that may be coming behind you, and like, just want to see how it goes for you and your, because I can't give a perspective of OR, like you going through from surgical tech to being an OR, because that's not what, I'm not doing that. But it's
Mhm.
gonna be some people that are doing that, and they're gonna want to do that, and
Right.
you're gonna be like, like, you the OG in the game right now, even though you ain't even 30 yet.
Dang, I'm already the auntie. That's cool.
Already. Look, I'm just saying, it come with the territory a little bit. So I would rather share your perspective than somebody come behind you, and then they kind of, I don't know. I just think it would be better for people like that's already them been sharing it to continue to tell us your story, your journey. Because I watched you, and there's people that's on a regular basis that tell me like, you inspired me to go do this, you inspired me to go do that. And in my head, I'm thinking, well, shoot, it was somebody else on here before me that did that. She's just doing a different path right now. So let's just see what she got going on. Like, what you like, how this moving for you? Like, what you think? Do you think people should be nurses? I think it's enough room for everybody to do
It
what they need.
is. It's enough room for all of us. Whatever you decide to do, tech, nursing, doctor, whatever, like assistant, PA, whatever, do your thing. Like whatever fits your personality, go for it. Don't let nobody tell you otherwise. That's my last little piece of advice.
Yes. No, thank you so much. So I'm gonna let you go, because we both, like, my son probably been like, oh my God, Ma, you just on a you
Well,
just been on
I've
here.
been on here. Yeah, we've been on here chatting it up, but it's been a good little talk though.
No, it has been. It was a surprise, and it's always like this. Like, that's it. Always be like 2 hours. So I got your email address. I'm gonna email you. It'll come from G. It'll be you'll know you'll know it's me. It's me. And so then yeah. Now we just got to meet up, because I want y'all to come get these chickens. Like, I do want y'all.
Okay, we coming, girl. Don't worry, we coming. We gonna come get them.
Look, you can't get my rabbit. I'm gonna get y'all my rabbit, but y'all can
Video.
come get these chickens. The chickens, and then get a bigger. I would get an outside dog, but anyways, that's a different story for a different time. And I might have some more vegetables and stuff for y'all to take with you
Oh my
when you
God,
come.
you are so sweet.
Girl,
Yes.
we got vegetables here, girl. You can have some mint. We got oregano. We got aloe. We got fig trees. We got banana trees. Everything here, like whatever I won't say whatever you need, but we got some stuff that you can take. And by the time you come, I should have it to where you can take it with you, like in pots and stuff.
Okay, well, I definitely love mint and I definitely love aloe. So
You do?
whatever you
Oh,
give me,
good. I
I'm
got
down
look.
for.
Mint is. Did you know that mint was? I'm finna let you go because I'm a talker, but mint is very invasive. Mint will take over your, and you will mess around and have a whole yard of mint if you're not careful. But yeah, mint and aloe, and those are my teas. I actually put water, like I'll put it in my cup and just have mint and I eat my aloe, so I eat it. Right now I'm not actually taking no aloe because I'm trying. Have you tried sea moss?
No, I haven't tried it.
Yeah,
That's
I'm
what
trying
it
sea moss
is.
right now, so I'm not on the aloe just to see how the sea moss does, but I'm normally on like aloe, like on a regular, like I eat it, like I eat it. I
Ooh,
don't just
girl.
and I have a couple of different plants. So yeah, if you when you come, I got some stuff for you, girl, so you can get your little not nothing much, but just some, to contribute to y'all acreage over there.
We are grateful for everything. So whatever you decide to
Yeah,
give
that's
us, we are
exciting.
so grateful.
I'm super excited now. So yeah, I'm gonna email you and then we can like coordinate that offer here. But I'm gonna let you go. Enjoy the rest of your New Year's. Happy 2020. 2020 is gonna be even more. Look, 2021, excuse me, 2020 don't owe me anything. I had a great 2020. I know a lot of people did, and I'm sorry for those people, but my 2020 was great. I hope that 2021 is even better for the rest of us. And is there anything that you want to say before we wrap up?
No, that is it. Happy New Year, everybody. And thank you so much for tuning in and asking questions. And
Yes.
hopefully we can do it again soon.
We definitely gonna have to do this again. We definitely gonna, because I'm pretty sure if this was not New Year's, it would be way more people in here asking way more. We would have been here and I would have been like, okay, you guys, that's enough. That's enough. We finna go. So yes, no, go enjoy it. Bring in the new year with your boo thing. I'll see you guys on the next video. You guys have a great and safe evening. I'll see you later, Tonesha. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. Okay.
Thank you, Kyoka. Have a good night.
You too. Good night, you guys.